Hi, everybody. The opening day of football, and we're doing a show. Well, why not, right? Why not? Why not? No. Why not? Why not just do a show? Chiefs are playing tonight, the reigning Super Bowl champions. But hey, that's okay. We're here. You guys are going to be here with us. That's all that matters. I love that. You guys are going to be here with us. Hilarious. Hilarious. This is the pre-show, kids. We're just kind of getting warmed up, getting ready to go. I need to get my shite together. Why is this taking over my stuff? Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Walking down the street. Get the funniest looks from everyone we meet. Hey, hey, we're the monkeys. People say we're monkeying around. I didn't hear you. Yeah, 4. So, hi, everybody. I see you. I see you. Woohoo! After party. Josh Pool's already ready for the after party. I love it. Yeah, the after party will include Bible studies this time. What'd you say? From Philippians.
That reminds me, under food,
Yeah.
Flip pizza.
All right, kids.
That was just for Josh.
That was just for
Not
Josh?
For everybody.
Oh.
We're going to be doing Bible studies in Philippians.
Oh, yeah. So that's a private after party. We do after parties privately. Jared says he likes last night's show better. Well, you can go kiss my butt. I was doing a test, you little goober. You think you're so smart, Mr. Jared. So none of you guys that are here right now are watching the Chiefs game. That's pretty cool. I know they don't start for another 10 minutes. Blah, 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 blah. But you guys are with us instead, which is fantastic. So we are getting ready. Come on. There we go. Woohoo. After party. I freaking love that. Oh, yeah, that's right. Dan has a good Chiefs story. So got to be ready for that when it comes. And we can't just give away when we're going to do it because you got to be here to see it or hear it, whatever. That's the way it goes. Oh, look at that. Look at that awesome mug. Look at that. Look at that.
Tell them how to contact us.
Mm-hmm. I will. I'll do that. So we want input. We want people to tell us what's going on with some ideas for stuff to talk about. We want goods and bads and all that kind of stuff. So what we want you to do is contact us. And the way to do that, the biggest way to do that right here, email unsungdreamers@gmail.com. Super easy to remember. Just remember unsungdreamers@gmail.com. Super, 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 super easy to contact us. Or you can go through Facebook. That's fine too. And a lot of people have our private text numbers too. I'm not going to give that over here, but a lot of you do. So if you want to contact us any way you want to, but most of all, I would love it to all go to unsungdreamers@gmail.com. That way it stays all together. And also, if you send us a story or if you send us anything and you want to remain anonymous, if we read something like a love connection, we're going to probably get back to very soon. Any kind of story like that, just tell us you want to be anonymous, and we won't reveal anything. I promise you that. So feel free to check us out. All of our podcast episodes are available at unsungdreamers.com, which is all the audio interviews are there. All of these videos, well, I'm a little bit behind on these videos, but these also appear on YouTube. So if you can't find it on Facebook for some reason, you got to scroll around and you can't find them, you can always go to YouTube and those are popping up over there as well. So you can always find us. And of course, my typical thing to do is if you want to support the show, there you go. There we are. Patreon.com/unsungdreamers. That's one way to do it. We have a PayPal. You just got to search for us. Unsungdreamers@gmail.com. Same. We have a Venmo. Ooh, that was super popular when people were helping us out after we got robbed. Venmo was a very popular way to send us some dough, which we appreciate each and every one of you. And of course, Cash App. So there you go. There's that. There's our little pre-show. And I think Dan might be ready to arrive. I don't know. I'm not sure if he is or not. Dan, are you ready to arrive? I'll get the right harmony.
Yeah, go Chiefs!
Go Chiefs! Let's go Chiefs! We want the Chiefs to win. Oh my gosh, is it time to take that thing down?
I am letting go of all of Bass Pro Shop's responsibility for the fact that I have their shirt on. I have no association with them. Nothing I say represents anything that they believe whatsoever.
Nice disclaimer. I love it.
I just got this shirt at Red Racks and I thought it was cool.
Yeah, it was sitting on the rack and it was like, this is perfect for you, Dan. You need to have this shirt. Very, very much so. So yeah. Oh my God. Are we ready? We ready to go for it?
Who's ready to see Moses?
Who's ready to see Moses? What's Moses wearing this week? What is Moses
Who's ready
wearing?
to see Moses
Ready?
on the opening night of the NFL?
Here we go. Ready? Drum roll.
Come on, Moses. Boom. This is just like the reveal of the Jerry Lewis telethon.
Here we go.
Boom.
Boom. There he is.
Moses brought the bug spray.
Brought the bug spray. Look at that.
For the flies. And for those of you worried, that hat is not what you think it is. So don't fucking get all weird with me. I'm sick of that shit.
Good or bad, don't get weird. Don't get weird.
Don't get fucking weird. Check
Tired
it.
of that shit. Check this hat out. Check it out. Check it. Check
In
it.
honor of the big game tonight, make Chiefs Missouri again.
Y'all remember back in Feb? Yeah, back in February before Corona and all that shit. The little
Come on, it
slip-up.
was a great snafu that turned into a Unsung Dreamers hat that is available on the Unsung Dreamers
store
website store.
Mm-hmm. It certainly
You can get your own
is.
Make Chiefs Missouri again.
That's it.
So relax.
So relax. Don't worry. Good or bad, we don't want no shit. Well, you know what? You give people shit.
Mo is a badass.
Yeah, he is.
Don't fuck with Mo.
With Mo. And he brought the bug spray tonight. So yay, and they're still everywhere. Come on,
Moses brought the bug spray.
Pizza place. Gizo Pizza
What's up,
place.
Ben Russell?
Hey, Ben Russell. Thanks for being with us instead of watching Chiefs. That's great.
You can still watch the Chiefs. We were actually going to try to put the Chiefs game on behind us, but we actually don't have TV.
We have just streaming stuff.
We just do streaming, and I didn't want to figure out how to figure all that crap out.
Especially last
Kimberly
minute.
Nutter, Utter, Butter.
Nutter, butter, utter. Nutter, butter, utter.
Love my Kimberly.
Yeah, we do. Catherine Hepburn works for Johnny Morris. That's funny. Yeah, that's funny. I get that. Yeah, because it was like, whatever. Anyway, yeah. Uh-huh. There you go.
Nice work, Josh Poole.
Yeah.
Found me some Philippians to inspire me.
Should I post that?
Because for those of you who just showed up, we talked about the after party tonight being a Bible study from the book of Philippians.
Yeah. Considering the debauchery we talked about last week.
And Josh just gave me a good Philippians verse here.
There it is.
He who began the good work in you will be faithful to see it to its completion. Philippians 1:6. He ain't done with you yet. That is a scary verse for me. Okay. That's scary for me. If he's still working on me.
Uh-oh. He's a busy guy.
There's no telling what I'll be capable of.
That's right. That's right. Mm-hmm.
God's like, Dan, you don't even know how to piss people off. I know how to piss people off. Trust me. I have taken out entire cities. Okay. You ain't got nothing on me, Fritz.
Oh, yeah. That's what he's saying, right?
That's what I think he's saying. Or at least I think he's laughing at my joke. Like, haha, that was funny, bro.
That was funny. Yeah. Keep doing that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He better be, because he said I was made in his image. So if he's not funny, then fuck him. He's a liar.
If God's not funny, then fuck him.
If God's not funny, he's a fucking liar.
That's true.
He said I was made in his image and I'm
That
fucking funny.
is true.
I'm fucking funny. But here's the damn deal.
True.
What thing I don't understand is why does a vehicle feel more valuable when it's parked indoors? That is just weird to me. I mean,
weird.
it kind of works in your garages.
Hang on. There we go.
It kind of works in a garage, but I'm not talking about a garage. I'm talking about a bigger building. I'm talking about a building
Building.
that is way too big for your car.
Like a gymnasium.
It doesn't even have to be that big. If it's just like about a 30 by 40, higher ceilings, park your fucking car inside that building, and all of a sudden it's worth, listen, if you need to sell a car, all right, if you're like got a car you're thinking about selling and you're going to put this shit on like Craigslist, you're going to put it on the marketplace or whatever else, pull it inside. Make sure it's indoors when somebody comes and looks at it.
Right.
If you don't have a way to get it indoors via your own life, then find a friend who has a building. I have a building that's about 50 by 80. I think it's somewhere around 2,500 to 3,000 square feet. Bring it to my shop and park it indoors and then sell it. I promise you'll get $1,000 more out of it just because it's parked indoors. What the hell is up with that?
It's weird. It's weird. It's a phenomenon. Maybe it's the lights. I don't know what happened, but our old ass van looks like
it just feels like a showpiece when I pull it inside.
Yeah.
And you got to pull it at an angle too. Like if you got a square building that's got, if any of you are familiar with geometry and, parallel lines and perpendicular lines and, the way that it's square and you can prove that with geometry, park your car at an angle to that square. On an inside of a building, especially the bigger the building, the better.
Right.
If you can get it in something as big as a gymnasium, you're talking about a Prius going for thousands more than it's worth, as long as it's parked indoors.
Yes.
You park a fucking car indoors, and all of a sudden, it is fucking awesome.
Something happens to it.
It's just awesome.
And what did I say to you one night when we did that with the van and you were saying this? I was like, it's just like going to your school when you were a kid at night. Something changes. Something changes at night at school. It's the same kind of weird phenomenon. It's not relevant at all, but it's the same phenomenon.
Like when you go to parent-teacher conferences at 7 o'clock at night and you're walking into your school when the sun's down. Yeah, it is a little weird.
Completely just go to classroom to class. You get to go to the other classrooms without getting in trouble.
I feel you on that.
It's not the same thing, but it's the same thing.
I'm telling you, a car parked indoors. If you want to sell a car, park it indoors and not your garage. Find a bigger place. You park that sumbitch indoors, it's worth $1,000 more than you were hoping to get for it. I promise. It will. You just leave a car out on the street or leave it in your driveway and have somebody come kick the tires. Fuck that. Park it indoors and they're going to be like, woo, check out this Prius.
That's right.
This sumbitch. Look at this Ford Escort from 84. This is nice.
Oh my God, a Ford Escort. Yeah.
This is nice.
I had a Ford Escort station wagon when I was in college.
All right, I have a special treat for you. We have a special treat for you. So we always show you like some work that we've been working on because that's what we do.
I just spilled
and so we got to sort of include that in sort of what we do. Now this is a piece. This is a bar that my business built. Is actually a few years ago probably. So it's not a recent project, but in lieu of the big game tonight. All right. The big opening night of the NFL and the Kansas City Chiefs playing the Kansas City Chiefs. And remind me, I've got a good Kansas City Chiefs story that involves you.
Uh-oh.
And anyway, the Kansas City Chiefs are playing tonight. And I know some of you guys out there are struggling with clicking over to our show because you're watching the big game.
Or you're watching at the same time, which could be cool.
So in lieu of that, I'm going to show you a bar that I built one time. I designed and built. And it's not the Kansas City Chiefs, okay? But it is sports related. In fact, it's going to be a different team that people in Springfield generally are going to hate.
That's right.
Because of the cards. Because of the cards. Not the Kansas City Chiefs, but the cards.
The Cardinals.
If you're a Cards fan, you're not going to like this bar, but this bar is here in Springfield, Missouri. And it was just kind of, I was asked by the client to sort of incorporate his love for the Chicago Cubs into his awesome, amazing basement bar. And one thing you may or may not be able to see in this photo is that the brick wall behind this bar, there is actually one brick. There's one brick that he bought that is in this wall that actually came from Wrigley Field.
Ooh.
So I mean, he was serious. All right, he was serious.
You ready to see it?
Yeah, you want to see it?
Here we go.
Show it.
Bam. Look at that. Holy shit.
Yeah, so we had this
Dave Clemens.
stained glass made of the Chicago Cubs logo there, and I designed that whole bar around that big center focal point of the Cubs.
I keep trying to show everybody with the mouse, but you guys can't see that, so I'll just not do that.
The brick from Wrigley Field is not in this photo now that I see it.
Yeah.
It's to the left of the bar, right where my face is, right where my facial face is. And your screen is right about where that Wrigley Field brick is.
That is awesome.
So it's pretty cool, man. I love sports.
You
Jerks.
You love your clients.
The funny part about this, we're really laggy now.
Oh, right, we're glitchy.
We're froze up.
We're all froze up and shit. Hopefully you guys can still see and hear us, but I don't know.
Get unfroze, you son of a bitch.
Come on. I don't know what's going on, but we're supposedly hardwired. Oh my God, we're totally frozen. Somebody comment on the Facebook feed and see if we're totally. Oh, we just blacked out. Holy crap. Okay. Wow.
Now we're gone.
I don't know if you guys are still hearing us, but connect. Okay. There. Oh, are we back? Wait. Oh, that's a great.
Oh
picture.
yeah,
that's a great picture.
All right, it's coming back.
It's coming kind of back.
Are we here the whole time? Can you hear us the whole time?
It's frozen.
It's frozen. She said it's frozen.
But can you hear us? That's the thing. I don't know what's going on here. This is really ticking me off. Oh, whoa! We were high speed there for a sec. We're high speed. Look at that. It's catching up.
It's catching up.
Oh, dang it! What in the world of what is going on? Ooh, that's a great photo right there. That's gorgeous. Oh man. Come on, technology. Come on. I'm not sure what's going on here. This is really starting to tick me off. You can hear us. Oh, hi, Stephanie.
They can't hear us?
They can hear us. They said they can hear us, but it's being weird. The video is being super glitchy. All right.
Black streams matter.
Black streams matter. We might be back.
I'm gonna turn my shite off.
It's still glitchy, but it looks like we might be back. So, I mean, we're hardwired, so I'm not sure why this is being all glitchy. But anywho, yeah, fuck. Okay, it's still being weird. But anyway, you guys can hear us. All right. I said we're frozen, and Ben Russell says one of the best movies ever was Frozen. Thanks. Yeah, Stephanie's here now, so now she says it'll be fixed. So yay, that's awesome. I appreciate that. I'm trying to make ugly faces when it gets frozen. It's like, that'd be great. Yeah, it'd be fantastic. Anyway.
All right. So anyway,
that's the bar.
There's some cool cabinets there that involve your sports for your sports people.
Mm-hmm.
Go Chiefs. Hope they do good. So check it out. Here's my story about the Chiefs real quick before we get started on the show tonight, because this is just pre-show. Do you have a little thing that says pre-show so people don't get all like, I don't know.
Well, I have.
I don't understand.
I have that one.
No, don't put that up no more.
No, I need to create a new one.
All right, it don't matter.
All right, fantastic.
So for those of you who knows me and has hung out with me for much longer than just a couple of times, you've probably heard my Kansas City Chiefs rant. Which, I'm not going to get so far deep into that, but I've always had this issue with Springfield people, not some of you diehard Chiefs fans, but some of them punk asses that come to our town from other towns to go to college. Like, it seems to be, this is where it starts. They come down and they're just like going to MSU or whatever. And then out of nowhere, just a year or two, couple years later, they are like supposedly the biggest Chiefs fans that's ever walked the planet. Like they learn all the stats and they know all the shit. And they're just like, Jesus. And they try to get like really like pissy about stuff. Yeah, Chiefs this and Chiefs that. And I'm just like, you're annoying. You're annoying. For someone who's actually been a Chiefs fan, okay, fine. You guys get a pass. I'm talking about the little punk asses that's only been a Chiefs fan for like the last couple of years. And, now all of a sudden they're the biggest diehard fans in the world.
Right.
So anyway, I've had this giant argument with lots of people. So one night we go up to Shuffle, Tara and I, and we're hanging out at Shuffle. There's not very many people there.
I know this story
There's
now.
only a couple of people there. And so, Dan is there, the owner. Dan Strickton is there, and he's kind of the only bartender that night. And it's Tara and I, and it's maybe like just 4 or 5, maybe 7 other people. We were there somewhat early, and we had already been doing some day drinking. So I started getting into my Kansas City Chiefs rant because she started with her tipsiness, started getting all offensive and
Defensive.
defensive about like her precious little Kansas City Chiefs. So I was like, fuck your Chiefs. Your Chiefs go to hell, blah, 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 da, da, da. And I started going to things. She's like, you just need to shut up, da, da, da. So we get in like a decently legitimate fight at the bar and shuffle. Nobody was there to really see it except Dan Strickland. You can go ask Dan Strickland this story. He'll tell you straight away. So I'm just going on and on. I can tell that she's getting all hot and bothered about it.
You keep pushing buttons.
Well, yeah, you know, that's why I posted that thing on my page this week about me going to annoy my wife.
That's it.
Anyway, so now that I see that she's getting a little upset about her precious little Chiefs, and my argument that night, which has always been directly with her, is that the only reason she likes the Chiefs is because of Marcus Allen. And I said Marcus Allen was a Raider. Done deal. Nobody sees Marcus Allen as a Chief. I mean, I'm sorry, Chief fans, but Marcus Allen is not yours. He is the Raiders. He is a Raider. And then he came and played for your sorry-ass team to try to make it better, and it still didn't do any good.
Got that close.
Oh, you got that close. You always get that close. The Chiefs get that close every single year, except, you know, you brought it home last year. Got it. Okay, cool. I'm done. Yeah, I'm humbled there. Fine. But Marcus Allen is a Raider. And I said, if you love Marcus Allen, then that doesn't mean you love the Chiefs now because Marcus Allen plays there. You need to stay loving the Raiders. Period. You don't just jump teams just because a player that you love goes to another team. My brother was always a big Miami Dolphins fan, and when Larry Zonka, back when my brother used to watch him, when Larry Zonka moved to the Giants, my brother stayed a Miami Dolphins fan. He was a little bummed out that Larry Zonka went to the Giants, but at the same time, you know, he was still a Miami Dolphin fan. So Marcus Allen goes from the Raiders to the Chiefs, and now all of a sudden Tara's this big Chiefs fan, and I'm calling fucking bullshit on it. I'm telling her right there at Shuffle. I'm like, bullshit. There's no reason for you to like the Chiefs. Da-da-da-da. We're raising our voice. We're going. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, bam!
I slapped him.
She about knocked me on my ass
with my left hand. So it wasn't everything.
I mean, open hand. Smacked the shill out of me.
You were saying other things that we're just not going to say right here.
I don't think so. Okay, I know what you mean.
Mm-hmm.
Listen.
We're just not going to reveal that part that actually gives me credibility to slap him.
Go sports teams.
Nice, Josh. That's perfect.
Oh my gosh. It was one of those, you know, like sometimes when you try to hit your spouse or your whatever girlfriend, boyfriend, and you're just kind of like, oh, that was harder than I thought it was going to be. It was at least that. Even Dan Strickland was just like, whoa, hi.
He didn't say anything.
He didn't say anything, but he was just like, Jesus God, what just happened?
Next time we came in, he did.
She smacked the shit out of me. So anyway, all right.
But you know what? You've smacked me harder in the bedroom.
Oh my God. So that was last week's show. Pre-show is over after 23 minutes. Jared, you're welcome. I think that's all I had for that.
Is that all you had for that? Because it's a pretty good story. Those of you just getting here, I know you're probably staring at the red hat back here. So you have to just look back.
Don't worry about the red hat.
Don't worry about the red hat. Just, whatever. Be you. I do have my Chiefs mug. But you know what? I do have a black and silver Jeep.
I know.
I'm going to get a Raider.
Because you're a Raider girl at heart and you know it.
And I want, since they moved to Vegas, it's a cheap flight. So I'm thinking.
All the years you pretended to like the Chiefs, you were faking it. Tara, you've been a faker.
I've been a faker. Apparently.
You faked. Anyway,
oh my God, that's hilarious. I need to drink more.
Did I get my emails cleared out? I'm not sure what that means.
I don't know what that means either.
The hard-hitting questions.
Oh, I get it. That's because that's not a hard-hitting question. He's just being silly. I don't know. Sometimes you got to be clearer with your comments because we're not all.
Mark said you were always faking it. You are correct, Mark. Get that guy a T-shirt. Ding, 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 ding. Yeah. Get Mark LeBron a T-shirt.
The T-shirts are just flowing out of this studio, aren't they?
He's a winner.
He's a winner.
No, so anyway, so we've got
Fantastic.
this show going on tonight called The After Parties. It's
After
probably,
parties.
once again, I've already talked to some people this week who have already been texting me like, bro, what are
don't,
you talking about this week?
Don't.
Please don't. Please don't. Please don't.
Because we've been to your after parties.
And I'm like, that's not, it actually isn't really totally what this is about. But there are after parties and they are crazy. And a lot of this podcast is meant to be directed towards the fans of music, even the fans of local music. Okay, your local bands, everyone that you guys love. It's mainly kind of going out to some people who don't understand the inner workings and the works with all that comes with being in a band. Yeah, I just made that up. Fuck it, I don't care. I'll make up my own words.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They're all telling you what your goal was for last week. That was your goal from last week.
Oh, to clear out my emails.
See, we can't even remember. You guys remember what we say, but we didn't remember what we said.
You are correct. That was my goal from last week, and I did not accomplish my goal. Damn it. I'm still at 756.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
And that's the actual unread number, the little red number. Gosh, thank you guys. I'm going to actually work on that. I'm going
to butt in real quick for a second here. See, we're working too much. We're working too many hours and too many days. We work 7 days a week most of the time and too much. And so we came home and the lawn mowing fairy mowed our lawn and the dishwashing fairy washed our dishes.
Yes, thanks to my wonderful mother and my son Bono.
And that was all.
We don't even know still.
Yeah, it was Mama and Bono. I sent a text, so I was like, "Thank you for the little surprise," and she's like, "You're welcome." So we want to thank the little lawn mowing fairy and the dishwashing fairy for coming over and taking care and letting the dogs out and stuff. So thank you. Because we work too much. That's why we can't remember what we said last week.
Yes. Oh, that's so funny. I totally forgot about that, guys. I need to work on that email thing this week. Dave Clemens makes a good point. Norman Jackson's birthday was just a couple of days ago. So happy birthday to that awesome son bitch.
That's a good point. Let's bring that right up here. Norman Jackson, happy birthday.
May I kindly interrupt this podcast to give a shout out
posthumously. Well, it's after someone passes. So.
Oh, okay.
Like when somebody's awarded something posthumously.
I didn't know that word. Yeah. To Norman Jackson, whose birthday was just a couple days ago. Yes. Amen.
Thank you, Dave, for butting in for doing that. That's great. Thanks for letting us know. We knew, but thanks for reminding us. That's cool. We love that kind of shit. So anything like that you guys have on, like, if you know something happened this week or whatever, let us know because we'll post that shit.
Well, anyway, back to kind of this. We called our lawn care team fairies.
You're just taking offense to that yourself, Jared. I said fairy, sorry. But that's,
That's not a bad word in the straight community.
It's not. So shut up.
So lose it.
So chill out.
Lose the tude, Jared.
Chill out, sir. Chill out.
Anyway. So we wanted to talk about this concept of after parties, and it kind of like extends into more things than just literally a blowout after party. It has to do with a lot of things that your local musicians, even right here in Springfield, Missouri, as well as all over the whole entire world. I'm just comparing it more to like the big famous acts that
Yeah.
It takes like a day to set their stage up and a whole day to tear it down. Maybe it's not that bad for like a local show of like, Machine Gun or mixtapes or something like that. But it's the same concept. And we all still kind of go through those things. So it's kind of fun. And we've got some really fun stories about the things that happen after shows that a lot of people who, come and see the band and leave when the bar closes, they don't realize how much more stuff can sometimes happen after these shows.
Yes. And some of the fans get offended that they can't go party with them immediately. So
some of them do. And a lot of people, I'm going to actually save this for a whole nother show, but I'm going to touch on it for just 1 second. Now, this cover band, this cover charge thing is something that I have some very, very strong opinions about. And I will argue with anybody in the entire world that wants to argue that. I will argue with you. I will gladly sign up and have an argument with you about charging to get in and see bands. I would love to fight with anybody who wants to come and talk to me and tell me that free to get in is a good idea, because that's horseshit. So horseshit. Horseshit.
You all right? You
COVID.
all right? You need some.
It's
you need
COVID.
Some,
it's horse.
It's horseshit COVID. Wait, what?
Free to get in.
Horseshit.
About the stupidest fucking thing I ever heard of in my whole fucking life. And I'll tell you exactly why. There's some of you out there that do deserve the money that you get at the door. There's no doubt about it. But I'm also going to tell you there's some of you that don't deserve it at all. Your band fucking sucks. And you shouldn't actually just get paid just because somebody's got a bunch of fairy money laying around and they're just going to pay your band just because you got up and played your songs for 2 hours. Fuck off. If your band ain't no good and you can't draw no people, you don't deserve no money, period. I don't care how long you've been playing music. I don't give a flying goddamn. If each member of your band's been playing music for 40 years, if each member of your band's been playing for 40 years and you can't get $50 out of a club, that's what you deserve. And you know why? Because you've been doing it 40 years and you still can't fucking draw more than 10 people.
Chris Palmer says, "Ope."
Well, hey, if you can't draw 10 people after being in music for 40 years, that must be you suck a real big one. Like a big one. Know what I'm saying? So don't think that just because you have the experience, just because you have the years chalked up as being a musician means that you just automatically deserve a $500 guarantee when that bar's losing their damn ass because you couldn't draw 3 people to their fucking show. Fuck you. You don't deserve any money. If I owned a bar, I wouldn't pay you a cent. You don't draw 5 people, 10 people to my place and expect me to give you $500 guarantee. I'll tell you what, I'll give you the door. I'll give you the door. Whatever you want at the door, I'll give you the door. And I'll make my money, which is what I signed up for if I was a bar owner. I signed up to make money on liquor. I didn't really sign up to make money on bands. So you can have 100% of the door. But you got to draw the people, and I'm going to help you draw the people, and we work together as a team. I don't want to get too far down that road. I just want to say that some of the bands that are drawing good and that are doing good, they do have a lot of work and effort behind what they do, which is most of the reason why they're drawing those kinds of numbers.
Mixtapes.
Okay? In Springfield in particular, we are a very unique town in that hardly any, now we're getting better, but we only have 2 places to play, kind of, okay? Kind of. The Riff and Shuffle, they actually have PA systems. But for some of us out here who were playing in Springfield 10 years ago, find a venue with a PA system.
Correct.
And I'll fucking pour you a bowl of Lucky Charms. I don't even know what that means. There are bands that should not be playing out. Thank you, Chris Palmer.
And she's also applauding your big rant.
She should be, and she knows what I'm talking about. There's people getting on stage that are just like, are you fucking joking? If you see me at a show of a band who fucking sucked, it's probably because I'm there to pick up my drugs. I'm not there for you. I got someone else there that I'm picking my drugs up from.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I don't support shitty bands.
Side note, I'm going to shove this right in here, right in between.
You're going to shove what?
I'm going to shove this right in here. I'm just going to say that Chris Palmer's new band, The Sauce, premieres October 3rd at Shuffle. Just FYI.
Yeah, and guess what? It's $10 to get in.
And we'll see if she can draw a crowd.
And you can go pay it because it's going to be cool.
She'll have a crowd.
Oh, yeah. She's going to get people there. She knows what the hell she's doing. So everybody's kind of anxious to see her do something a little different than Pearl. We saw her in Pearl. We loved her in Pearl.
We love Pearl.
But now it's kind of like, oh, yeah, what the hell's Chris Palmer got up her sleeve? And so that's why it's $10 to get in. And guess what? I'll pay $10 to get in. And Tara's going to pay $10 to get in. And I ain't going to bitch about it. Quit bitching about it, because what I'm getting at, in lieu of this show that we've called the after party, there's some pre-party too, which is a lot of times these bands will show up at the damn club, especially when they used to have to set up their own PA, at like 3, 4, 5 o'clock. They've already been there 3 hours trying to get the sound right for all you ungrateful sons of bitches that complain about paying to get in. Then you sit and enjoy everything that they do, and you request your dumb songs that none of us want to play. Every song I've been requested when I was in Machine Gun Symphony, I didn't want to play any of them. So if any of you are out there and you were one of those ones that came up and said, would you play Jesse's Girl? No, I don't play Jesse's Girl.
15 other bands do.
You dumb idiot. I'm not here for you. You're here for me. I didn't pay to get in. You did. Don't tell me to play Jesse's Girl. Hey, if you play Jesse's Girl, it's fine. I ain't got a
Great.
problem with that song.
But don't ask me to.
It's Jeffrey's Girl for me. But I'm just saying.
I hope they didn't miss it. Get your towel. You're sweating your ass off. Get your towel. It's right there. Sweaty man.
So anyway, then after the show is over, you get done with this show and everybody leaves and they all go to their Steak and Shake and they all go to their Waffle House and they all go to their after parties and everyone makes sure they got their booze lined up and they fucking got their drugs lined up and they all go have a great time. Guess what's happening when you're having a great time? We're still at the club loading this heavy ass shit off the stage and down the stairs and through the parking lot and into a damn trailer. And for some of the guitar players and bass players and drummers, those guys got real equipment that are usually packed in the back of their car that they don't want to leave in the parking lot of their apartment. So sometimes they still got another hour to unload that shit from their car all the way up to the third floor apartment that they live in and usually don't hit the sack till about 4 a.m. while you guys are having a great time. And guess who caused you to have a great time? Us, the bands. The bands on stage is the reason why you guys got all wound up. You got all sexually charged. See last week's show. You got all wound up. You got all horny. You got all like ready to drink and have a good time. I might get laid tonight. Guess who provided that for you for $10 to get in? We did. And when you're going and you're getting laid and you're having your party and you're landing all your goddamn shit and having a great time at somebody's house, getting in the hot tub, we're still at the fucking venue unloading shit and rolling cords. Why am I so angry?
Hope you're screaming Dan's name when you're fucking that girl you just met.
Yeah. Wait, thanks, Dan.
Hope the girl. Wait. Oh, that's bad. I said that backwards.
Thanks. Thank you, Dan, for allowing me to have a great night tonight. It was my wife's 40th birthday, and we had an awesome time. We're going to go to some friend's house afterwards. You could come if you want to. Man, we'd love to have you stop by. All right, I'll try.
I'll be there in 2 hours. As soon as we get this fucking
stage unloaded back into that stupid trailer. And if you don't mind, I might want a drink or two before I start unloading. So I'm looking at 2:30 a.m. before I get out of here. And I text you at 2:30 a.m. It's like, hey, you guys still going? Nope, we wore out, but we had a great time. You guys are awesome. Wish it wasn't $10 to get in. Fuck off. I've never had someone text me that.
No.
I'm just saying that as an example.
Yeah.
Because I was always worth $10 to see.
Dan has pulled the veil back on the glamorous life of live music.
It's absolutely true.
Yes. And yes, he is wearing a Bass Pro shirt, Stephanie.
Sure am, Stephanie. I said earlier that my opinions do not line up with anyone from Bass Pro Corporate. So it's just a shirt I found at Red Rex. I told you guys the story about the time Mark LeBrock almost died at a Machine Gun show because he was doing his part and above some, trying to get his lights and his speakers and was going to get a speaker down for us and pick that thing up off its stand and lost his balance. And he fell about 2.5 feet.
The speaker on top of him, right?
Off of the bass speakers. And that damn fucking cabinet came down on top of him while he slammed to the floor. Nobody cared about that. Nobody cared about that. They're already at the after party, and we were like, should we call an ambulance? Is he okay?
Yeah.
And anybody who knows Mark knows that he was just like, nope, I'm good.
He's underneath the speaker going, I'm
fine. Just 2.5 feet fall on his back. Boom! And that speaker was right on his chest.
That's right. That's Mark for you. He was
a great guy, and that happened, and it was very, very scary. And a lot of you fans out there paying to get in, you think $10 is for the 2 hours we're on stage. It's for a hell of a lot more than that. A hell of a lot more.
Yep.
And those are the kind of things that is our after party. You know, when some of you fans out there invite us over to your after parties, it's like, that sounds great, but I can't leave here for another 2 hours. So then the after party's done and there ain't no damn way I'm going to be able to come over. And then sometimes it's like, we invited him over, but he's an asshole.
They were too good.
Stood us up. I guess they're just stuck up sons of, they just think they're the shit. So they didn't come to our after party. Fuck you. Fuck you. We might have been dealing with a flat on the trailer.
And how about the days of playing the road? You know, back in the 90s when I played the road, we played Monday through Saturday, Tuesday through Saturday, whatever. And a lot of times we were tearing down on a Saturday night, driving 1,400 miles, and then having to set up on Monday to play Monday. And then there were holidays spent on the road. I mean, it's just all kinds of shit that that people don't realize that you do behind the scenes, and then they expect you to be like some kind of superstar walking into their party at 1:45 a.m. and it just doesn't happen that way.
It's just tough to do. Listen, I am not bitching and moaning and complaining. Not one single bit.
No.
You're not
bitching.
I'm not being a whiny little bitch.
You just turned red face, but you're not bitching and complaining.
No, I'm not. I'm not bitching. I'm yelling, but I'm not bitching. I'm passionate, but I'm not complaining. There's a difference between complaining and being passionate.
And he's not joking.
I'm defending the musicians and the bands that go out here and play. And sometimes they just want to try to draw a crowd, so they only charge $4 to get in and still get fucking bitched at about it.
Yeah.
I'm for you guys. Yeah, I'm just
100%.
saying the people who will complain about coming and seeing you for whatever it costs to get in have got some fucking nerve. They got some nerve. And I've already excluded the bands that are total shit that don't deserve $1 to play my stage tonight. Not $1. You guys were so terrible. You didn't draw anyone. Your songs were shitty. Your look and your vibe and everything shitty. You have no rhythm section whatsoever. And you play like Eddie Van Halen guitars. You are out of here. Fuck you.
No, Josh, that was not when I was with the Statlers.
What?
When I was on the road playing 6 nights a week. He's being smarty pants.
Well, you still were out on the road with
but
the Statlers.
I toured with the Statlers. I need a card.
You didn't have to deal with any gear.
I need a card that comes up and blinks. Yeah, totally. Oh my God, we got a paragraph. Holy shit, from Scott Henry. Okay. Pardon us for the silence, but we're gonna read this freaking paragraph.
No, go ahead.
Put it up?
Yeah,
okay.
Put it up. We'll see. Well, I don't know what it's gonna say, but we're just gonna read it real time.
For the audio people, we're gonna fucking read this paragraph in just a second.
You dirty, rotten son of a
I thought you had
bitch.
that already. So Tom Henry says, so what do you really think? Yeah, you can never count. You can never count. You can always count on Dan to tell you what he really thinks.
All right, here we go.
For realsies.
I haven't even read through it.
Right. I haven't either. So we're going to put this up from Scott Henry.
Years ago. Go ahead. You read it.
Years ago, when we played the bar Graffitis in Springfield, it became 320s. They owned a house. The
band stayed in. They owned a house the band stayed in.
They owned a house the band stayed in. Afterwards, when a young lady, in quotes, would approach you and say, "Is there a party?" And you would say, "Yes, back at the band house. Let me give you directions." They would say, "Oh, no, I know where it is."
I know where it is.
I know. Oh, I know where it is. And at which point you realize this girl was quote unquote popular. And this was not her first rodeo. Good point, Scott. That's back when venues had band houses. That was like that on the road too. Holy shit. Yeah. Oh my God, Chris.
Oh, should we name these bands? That's for your podcast.
That's for your podcast. Should we name these terrible bands? Club owners should know who not to book.
Even I'm not as big an asshole as Chris Palmer. I'm joking, baby doll.
Oh, that's so good.
Oh, that was bad too.
Look at that. Chris Palmer shit starter. Yeah, right on.
Chris Palmer, hashtag shit starter.
Hashtag Chris Palmer.
No, I'm not going to name him, you crazy ass.
We
will
do
that later.
We will at the after party.
I mean, I will say one of them's the Dirty Saints, but as far as that, I'm not naming any other shitty band in this town.
Of course you'd say that. Oh my God.
Obviously, I'm kidding around, people.
Oh my God, how funny. All right. Yeah. Take a deep breath.
So anyway, yeah, there's this all stuff. And so it's funny that you bring up that story about being on the road, because one story I wanted to tell really, really quick, it's kind of irrelevant, but it's one of those stories that happens that fans never find out about,
yes.
Especially if you're in an unsung band of any kind.
Right.
This was actually a real unsung band. It wasn't paint by number. Like a lot of you guys are in, but it was when I was in a real band and I actually wrote my own music. It was awesome. Anyway, no, I'm just kidding. Come on, relax. Of course I'm an arrogant prick. So anyway, I was on a tour one time. We called it the bookstore tour. And the bookstore tour was Johnny Q. Public went out and played the parking lots of bookstores who actually had our record in their store. So it was like this really weird way to promote our record by setting a full PA system up on the hot ass black asphalt all by ourselves after driving ourselves to the show, then just play on the asphalt, no stage, no nothing like that. There was no budget. There was no pay. We never got paid. This was something our record company just kind of paid for and basically just paid for the gas. But we had to set this stuff up, play on the parking lot, then tear the whole damn thing down and drive to another bookstore. The whole time we were playing for these people, half of them were sitting there with their ears closed.
It's loud. I don't know.
Little kids, little like 10-year-old kids, like, I hate it. It was a great tour, let me tell you.
Sarcasm.
So anyway, we get down towards the end of this thing. We're like two or three shows away, and we're like in California, and we got to get back to Springfield. And we are kind of sort of hating life because it's just like, I can't believe how miserable this is. We had a PA system that had 3 subs per side, and they were about 5 foot tall by about 2.5 foot wide. And there was 6 of them total. Mm-hmm. We had another 2 or 3 mid boxes up on top of those, and some kind of 30 or 40 channel analog board. Which was, those big motherfuckers that was in like a road case the size of the back of a pickup truck.
Yep.
All the cabling, all the drums, we had backdrop. We actually would set a backdrop up. Of course, all of our backline gear, monitors. We ran the sound ourselves. We would have to run out and kind of try to get a good sound and then just go back on stage and hope the rest of the day goes good. It was absolutely miserable, and it was in the middle of summer. So we are out in like California area and that sort of area, and it's like heat indexes pushing 100 degrees every single day. We got to unload this trailer, set it all up, do the show, load the whole trailer back up, and then drive to the next place. It was for free. It didn't cost to get in, and people would still sit out there and pinch their ears because they hated our music. Awesome. That's
Yay!
Great. We did this for show after show after show. That's not even the point. No. The point is, on the last couple of shows, we were kind of coming through the bottom of California, and we were going to start heading across. And our generator on our bus, we had a 1960s like GM bus. And so the generator starts going out. Okay. So like it would work sometimes and it wouldn't. And the reason why that's important is because the generator runs the fucking air conditioner. So our bus was in the 60s, which means it was all metal. It was all steel and metal. When the sun would come out, we were like in a driving easy bake oven. The bus would be hotter inside no matter how many windows you opened, the bus was hotter inside the bus than it was if you would actually pull over to rest area and step outside for a minute. We were heating up as we were going down the road whenever the generator was not working. Okay. Then all of a sudden it would kind of maybe work a little for like an hour. It would sputter, blah, 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 blah. We keep trying to start it all again. Blah, 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 blah. And it would start for a little bit. Blah, 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 blah. Sounded awful. Just sounded like a damn, like when a chainsaw. Blah, 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 but whatever. The AC would work for just a minute. We would all stand under the AC. So the guy who was driving got fucked. But the other guys in the band would stand right under that ceiling AC. Like, oh my gosh, this is great. And then you would hear blah, 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 blah. And it goes out again. So then we drive hours with no AC out in Arizona. So we have one last show. It's actually in Arizona, and that's the last show of this bookstore tour. And then we get to drive back to Springfield, which I don't know. You guys Google it really quick. How far the fuck away is Arizona compared to Springfield, Missouri? We're talking
it's
20 hours?
It's a lot away.
It's probably over 20 hours.
Yeah, I think so. You can Google that yourself. I'm not going to look it up.
It's a long damn way.
Yeah.
So we go pulling in this bookstore, and they're all actually cool people or whatever. And then at the end, now you take this, Josh Poole's going to really appreciate this story. And some of you who have any church background whatsoever, you're going to appreciate this story because to me, it's actually kind of fucking funny. I'm not going to like put any kind of spin on it. I'm just saying we're hanging out with the people afterwards and they're just like, oh my gosh, you guys were so great. And thanks so much for coming. And we had such a good time. Da, 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 da. We just like to pray with you guys before you go and da, da, da. But throughout the day, we were kind of telling them like our generator, it's rough. It's rough driving down the road and not having any AC. And we weren't being whiny little bitches. I'm talking, it was like torture. It was torture. And so I'm like, okay, Tom, you shouldn't be closing your ears because the live button is not covering my face this time because I'm further away. I did that just for you.
We fixed it.
So anyway, so they all get around and they're like, hey, and they're talking, we're getting ready to leave and they want to pray for us. And they all start talking amongst themselves, that their generator is not working. And at this point, it had died. And so we're like, okay. And they're like, what we'd like to do for you, brothers, is we're going to pray for your generator. And I'm like,
Oh, it's the
the
church
church talk. Yeah, no, Tom, you're actually going to appreciate
You'll
this one. It's
appreciate
so
this.
fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
So they wanted to pray for our generator that was on our bus.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
Because God has time for that.
And they're like, where is it? I was like, where is it? It's over here on the driver's side. They wanted me to lift the bay. I had to lift the bay
Were
open.
they going to touch it?
So, yes. They laid hands on our generator. Okay. Now, there's like 20 people from this particular church that was kind of hosting this parking lot party with Jonah Key Public. They all gather around in a half circle, and the guy at the end is actually laying hands on our generator, which is not running. Okay. I'm like, I've had enough of this. Yes, Josh. Your comment just came in late. I think I've already answered your question.
It's the
They laid hands on our generator. Okay.
Oh, I know the end of this story.
So we're like, all right, we just got done with this month-and-a-half long tour playing these hot-ass parking lots. We're fucking miserable. We missed home. We're missing our whoever, wives, girlfriends, family, everything else. They were praying to the Briggs and Stratton gods, and they laid their hands on it. Some of them probably did speak in tongues. I can't quite remember if that detail was in there or not. So I'm just kind of like, this is ridiculous, but okay, fine. So I popped back up on the bus before we pulled off. We had a little switch up on the console for the generator. So I hit the switch, and it's it's running. I'm like, okay, that's not a huge surprise yet because it was kind of starting and not starting. So I'm like, okay, it started. It made the churchy people happy. I'm like, let's get out of here. Like, let's get out of here. Fucking get the shit on the bus. Let's go. At least it's running. They're all like, praise God. Da, da, da. I'm like, okay, cool. Thank you. It's going to die in about 5 miles, but thanks. Motherfucker ran beautifully all the way back to Springfield. 25 fucking hours, and we never turned it off. We passed Bolivar. Okay. We're coming in through Kansas City. So we go through Bolivar. About 15 miles out of Bolivar towards Springfield, it dies. And we have no AC from 15 miles out of Springfield until we pulled back to home. Now, hey, I ain't gonna say what the fuck.
Chris Hankins says when they laid hands, they hooked the coil wire back up. They didn't show you that.
The guy that wanted to pray was probably a mechanic. He's leaning down like,
look at Josh. Oh, ye of little faith.
I know. Hey, I'm telling you, I don't know. Maybe it was absolutely the lard. I don't have any issues admitting that it might have been, because when we did take it to a generator shop, they were like, no, this thing is shot. You got to replace it. And we ended up getting a brand new generator like 2 days later. They told us it is shot. And we're like, well, it ran great all the way from Arizona. I was like, well, I don't know why. Because this thing's a piece of shit. And you're going to have to take it out and replace it. And we did.
I think we just lost Tom Henry.
We might have. I don't know.
Sorry, buddy. I think we lost Chris because I think she just saw the red hat too. And I think she was triggered.
I hope not.
By the red hat, because she doesn't know what it actually says. So
for you newcomers, this is Make Chiefs Missouri again because of the big game tonight. So don't get too freaked out. Don't worry.
Which I just checked was 0-0. So, we'll
Make
keep
Chiefs Missouri. Remember that snafu?
Remember
I thought
that?
it was funny. You can get this hat at unsungdreamers.com.
You sound like Kiss. You sound like Gene Simmons. Go to unsungdreamers.com.
Go to unsungdreamers.com.
Unsungdreamers.com.
So that was definitely a offstage story that a lot of fans would never know without this podcast right here, right now. That the Lord healed our generator from Arizona to Springfield, Missouri.
Amen, brothers and sisters.
Amen. Hallelujah. I'm glad that guy fixed the coil when everybody's eyes were closed.
Fucking A. Oh, Chris didn't even see the hat.
Well,
all right.
good.
So she's not triggered that easily. That's great.
Yay.
Fantastic.
She knows we wouldn't have that hat.
And
anyway.
she wouldn't be triggered. She'd be like, I need to come over there and talk to you guys.
So that kind of
come over. Oh my god.
Stop.
Really? Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So anyway, that kind of
we said that at the same time.
that must mean we didn't hear it.
Totally. Wait.
Positive energy is powerful. I know. That's what I'm
Absolutely.
saying. I don't
See,
know what the hell.
No matter what you believe, that's a great thing to say, Chris, because no matter what it was, you can believe in God, you can believe in positive energy, you can believe in the secret or whatever the fuck. And whatever happened, you guys had AC, which we do not have in this studio right now. I'm just saying right now, it's fucking hot in here.
Yeah, I hope Josh is referring to me wiping all the sweat off my face because he knows HVAC's not in a bus. Well,
Ooh, while you're calling,
I guess it is.
God, why don't you call up an? Yeah, no shit. Yes, I think that's what he's referring to.
Tom's like, I triggered now.
It's hot as fuck. I just don't sweat through my face like Dan does. I sweat everywhere else, everywhere, especially right in. Never mind.
So let's get into part two of
part
our show here called After Parties.
Because we had some people wondering what the hell, because last week when we said we were going to reveal some dirty little secrets, we kind of did, but we're not going to say names. And so now we have after parties. So we're kind of reveal some secrets, but we're not really going to, or are we?
I'm going to reveal your dirty little secrets. I've honestly been texted already, just like, hey, what's up with tonight's show? Please don't.
We had a message or two and he had
Please
a text.
Say my name, say my name.
I'm triggered now. That's what.
No,
Tom
but
Hembry
seriously, one time Tom Hembry came over to. No, see, I'm just joking. I ain't gonna say that.
There was this one time at band camp.
So, so the first part of that little section there was just kind of like gear and load-ins and all these kinds of things that bands go through just to make a show happen. And I just think a lot of times the general fans kind of don't necessarily quite wrap their heads around that. Almost everybody listening here right now does understand what we're talking about. So this subject is probably a little bit boring to you, but you'd be surprised at how many people don't realize what speakers are, and they don't realize what monitors are, and they don't realize what equipment is, and they just think it all magically goes home when the show is over, and it's actually simply not true. So if you do see a band that only plays 2 or 3 or even 4 hours, they probably still have another 4 to 5 to 6 hours on top of that, depending on their production, before and after combined, that you didn't even see. You just showed up. So when it's $5 to get in, pay the fucking $5. And if it's $10 to get in, pay the fucking $10. I don't care if it's $20 to get. I wish every band in town charged $20 to get in. That's what I would like, and I'd fucking pay it. But of course, everybody will whine and bitch about it. And that's fine. So we got to find out a way to adjust that. But just realize as your whiny ass shows up to the door and you bitch about how much it costs to get in, go fuck yourself. You have no idea the work it takes to put on one show.
That's true.
So that's part of an after party kind of a thing that happens that people don't know about. Subject number 2. This will be really exciting. You guys will really be excited about this, but we'll make it exciting. After party. Subject 2. You didn't get your little thingies ready.
I didn't because, here's the thing. I'm going to do a little side note here. So we work our fucking fingers to the bone. This is why I have
they're tired of hearing
shitty
this.
nails. I don't give a shit. So we left work today with all good intentions of coming here and preparing for the show.
We kind of are prepared, whatever.
So then there was like, oh shit, I've got to make that deposit. Oh shit, I've got to do this. We went to lunch and then oh shit. And then all these oh shits came up. Nice. I'm going to say it. spilled a beer on the plug strip. Awesome. We're fine. No electrocution yet. So anyway, I didn't get a chance to come here and do my fun little things. But anyway, I can do it on the fly.
No, we don't need it on the fly.
We don't need it on the fly, he says. You should have done it ahead of time. Where's the stupid bitch comment? That's what you usually say. No, I'm kidding. He doesn't do that. He's the best. He's the best human on the planet.
So the name of section 2 is food.
Food. When it comes to after parties, food. Think, Uncle Dan. He's reading.
Yeah, I mean, I think Chris Palmer makes a great point that goes right along with what we're talking about.
We'll just put that in there.
It's kind of insane that we were paying $5 back in the 90s, and yet people expect to still pay the same in 2020.
Totally.
It's insane. The $5 we used to pay back in the 90s was equivalent to probably $15 now.
Yeah. Okay.
And that was a no big deal. I just don't know why it's just not a kind of concept to just pay to go see a band.
Yeah.
Food, Waffle House.
Food,
First
Waffle
comment.
House,
Thank you
right,
very
right.
much. How many people go to Waffle House after shows? I'll tell you what.
Ooh, I love me some Waffle House.
There's a lot of great Waffle House stories. Steak and Shake.
Stephanie says I'll pay $50 to see a band not wearing masks and social distancing.
I would too.
Me too, honey. Yeah, we'll get there.
Ziggy Skillets,
I
man.
got a Ziggy story for you.
Oh, we got a Ziggy stories coming right up for you here in
Coming
just a
right
second.
In our food segment.
Steak and Shake. We've got a Steak and Shake
Right,
story
we've got
coming
a
right up
Steak and
for
Shake
you.
story
Isn't it
coming.
funny how much food has to
Oh,
do
look
with
at you
the
guys.
freaking after parties?
Nutter Butter Utter says Steak and Shake also.
Yep.
Yes, look at that. Hoods.
Hood's truck
Holy
stop.
shit,
Yep,
that's been
yep.
a long time, but yeah.
How about George's? Anyone gone to George's after shows?
George's, right?
Just
right,
absolutely
right.
disgusting, but it's
That's
George's.
disgusting, but it's so good. Yeah, so yeah, food is a big topic. It's a
Food is a big deal when it
It's a-
comes to after parties. Big deal.
big, gigantic deal. Right on. Steak and Shake rules. Yeah, I know. We don't talk about Waffle House events, just not good.
I know, Tom. That's what we're here all about. This is why we're here.
I've got a way worse Ziggy story
we are
than
gonna-
ever at a Waffle
Yeah,
House.
you do have a good Ziggy story.
I don't know if it's good, but it's good for you guys because you'll. Yeah,
Well, I mean, I don't know if it's a story that probably most people in the thread here hasn't maybe already done, but
maybe. George is okay. Blah, blah, blah. Okay.
yeah, and they're weird and they kept creeping you out. I'm
Yeah.
sure that's what I was talking about.
That's
like,
exactly
how
the
about
point.
George's?
Yeah. I was there one late night and there were like roaches just crawling over all the fucking booths. It was disgusting at like 2 a.m. What?
Thanks for coming to get a burger. Would you like some mayonnaise on that hamburger that you want?
What you talking about?
Oh my God.
Go on there. What you do? Oh my God. So, oh gosh, Doug Fuller, you're late to the show. But
Yeah, but he's referring to the
but
same shit.
But he's referring. Oh, we'll just pop that up there real quick. Dougie.
We're
sorry.
backtracking just for a second. He
Sorry.
says, sorry, I'll make everyone mad, but bands still get paid $5 a head because they rarely do dress for success. Almost all wearing t-shirts and jeans now, nor do they usually learn more than 4 chords. I just said that earlier, Doug. Some bands fucking suck.
That's it.
And I don't know why you have to be an advocate for supporting your local music scene and not have the freedom to say some of them suck.
Some of them suck.
And the way they dress sucks. And their rhythm section sucks. And they don't know the words and it sucks. And it's miserable. And they don't put on a show. And they're not worth $1.
Right.
The only reason I'm at a band show that sucks is because I'm there to pick up drugs. Listen. All right. Ziggy's across from the night. I'm joking, especially to my 12-year-old that might be watching.
No, Doug, it's fine. Being repetitive is fine. You got here late to the game. We already talked about that, but it's worth putting up.
No, it's great. I like when people get the feedback and
Absolutely.
agree with the same kind of stuff. Some bands just fucking suck. Chris Palmer agrees. I agree. Doug Fuller agrees.
Okay. All right. So food.
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 Let's talk about food.
Let's
We got the
talk about
Waffle
food.
Houses. We got the
Ziggies.
Stick and Jigs.
Stick
Or you wanna get into one of your stories first?
We might as well since we talked about it. So
All right, so here's what happens at after shows. And this is
after
what's so
shows.
funny about the intrigue of our poster we put up for the show, that everyone's just like, oh my gosh, what are they going to talk about the after stars? No, I'm going to tell you what really after parties are like when you're in a band. It's basically going to fucking Ziggy's and trying to eat as much as you possibly can after being bought 27 shots by the crowd all night. And then they get to go home and go to bed. Tara, go.
So I believe this was a cartoon show. I'm not really sure because of the proximity of the Ziggies. No, I take that back. It was absolutely a 320s show. It was a 320s show.
And it was Ziggy's, the one that was by
On
Bass
Campbell.
Pro.
Yes. Used to be there. So back when I was with Bad Habit, we played Ziggy's. We played 320s. And Bad Habit in those days, I still do it a little bit, but back in those days, I prompted the audience to buy us shots. And back in those days, I drank most of them. Yeah. And I thought it was really cool to say, I can shoot Jaeger. I'm a badass. I can fucking do all the Jaeger in the world. Blah, 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 blah. So anyway, this particular night, I think there might have been 8 or 9 Jaeger shots. Don't remember. frankly don't care. Band tears down, right? I'm tearing down. We're tearing down. We're tearing down our shit. And back in those days, we also had to, we didn't have to provide full PA there, but we did backline and all that shit. So anyway, we tear down, blah, blah, blah. And at the time, I believe it was, we went to Ziggy's on Campbell. And it was, of course, Jeff. And then it was Larry, the bass player, who plays with me in Violet now, went to breakfast at Ziggy's.
It was just you three?
Yep. And so I was not in a good way. I was not feeling well already. I'm a terrible storyteller, but I'm just going to tell it anyway. So at one point I had to get up and go to the bathroom. And I think I knocked into every single table on the way to the bathroom. I think, excuse me. Sorry. I was not in a good way with all that freaking Jaeger. And so we'll get to that, Kimberly. So I went to the bathroom and I was in there for quite some time. And I believe I threw up a little bit in the bathroom. This has been a long time ago, so I'm trying to remember.
You don't need all the details. There's only one great part of the story, right?
Okay, so I'll get to it. I'm trying to make the story better, but you're right. The money shot, if you will,
was puking on Jeff. No, go ahead.
That's funny. So I get back and I sit in the booth and at the time, I don't remember the booth situation. I know Larry was across and it was me and Jeff sitting next to each other. I might have been in the inside. And it was like, ding. Okay. So we're sitting there and I'm just kind of doing one of those. You know how that goes. Everyone knows how that goes. Right?
And if anyone's been to Ziggy's after shows, even if you're in the band or not in the band, it and Steak and Shake and Waffle House, they're freaking packed. Especially Ziggy's seem to be even worse because of the way they were set up. That particular Ziggy she's talking about, they do the just booth after booth after booth after booth after booth after booth.
It's
and then right
seating.
Across from that is booth after booth after booth after booth after booth. And it's just like filled with booths. Booths. I'm sticking with that. They don't really have any tables and chairs in there. It's like all booths. I mean, there might be tables and chairs on that second part. I don't really remember. But that one first room just is all booths. So there's like, when you're stuck inside the booth, there ain't no like getting up or walking around or getting some fresh air or nothing like that.
And I have prided myself in the ability my entire life when it comes to having migraines or whatever kind of sickness of being able to get to a place that doesn't embarrass you to vomit. Well, I don't know. We were towards the end of a breakfast, ba-ba-da-da-da, and na-na-na, and all of a sudden, it all comes out of me right on the fucking table. Blah!
Right? And everyone's dripping off the edges.
I don't know. I don't know what the fuck came over me. And if Jeff is still on here, I saw him on here a second ago. If he's on here, maybe
smelled like Jaeger.
Maybe he can add some color commentary because I know he's watching the Chiefs, but if he could add some color commentary, that'd be great. But Larry Hastings was there, and it was like, check. And it was like, we fucking left it. I'm sitting there.
Didn't even try to get up.
Well, I'm sitting there with my napkin trying, honey, to clean this up.
It's just squirting out the nose and the side of the napkin and the everywhere.
It was the most.
And then that's how you had to get up and walk out.
Totally.
That's usually the time when someone in the place goes, Terrell,
yeah,
bad
exactly.
habit.
Oh my God, I just saw you guys.
Johnny Q.
Yeah.
Like that's when that shit usually
fantastic.
happens, is when you're right in the middle of something like that. Then that's the photo that gets put in the newspapers and everyone's like, oh, you're a piece of shit. Well, those are the things that happens at the after parties.
That's the food situation. Oh my God, it was
food,
awful.
Baby, food.
Food, baby.
Back to Kimberly Utter, who Tom Hembry amened, basically.
Yes.
He said, which time? I fall asleep in my food all the time. I have literally, it depends on who I'm with. If I'm with somebody who like really doesn't want me to look bad, they care about me, they'll try to keep me awake, pinch me and bump me and pinch me and bump me. But the people who are more assholes, like usually my best friends, they'll let me go. And there has been times where I've been at Steak and Shake, fell asleep into a chili mac and was absolutely out, sound asleep, face in half-eaten chili mac, noodles, sauce, meat all over my face when I finally woke up to leave. They let me sleep there forever. So Yes, I'm actually kind of known for falling asleep in my food. In fact, don't know if my mom's on board, but she can tell you, I used to fall asleep eating food when I was like 2 years old, literally.
So it's his thing.
I've been doing it my whole life. Yeah.
You don't know this, Dan, but I actually have a video of you falling asleep in your chili mac.
Oh, yeah, I'll bet you
Steak
do.
and Shake.
I bet you were one of my jerk friends.
I was one of your jerk friends.
There you go. My mom just said he would fall asleep in his high chair.
Oh, yeah.
In his food. See, I told you. I still do it to this day. In his food. I still do it to this day. I'll fall asleep and just face right in the food.
But Josh Poole said, is it weird that he wants to party with me now? I don't know. I don't know. You
Who?
know, Josh Poole. You can't see it up there for some reason.
Yeah, I can.
There it is. Right there. He says, is it weird that I want to party with you now?
Tara?
Because I threw up in my food.
Well, yeah, because it's a good party story.
And all Chris Palmer says is holy shit.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right on the table. Like
Yeah.
the salad bowls were full.
There was no salad. It was all pancakes.
Oh, come on. See, you should have just left it. Nobody would have known.
All right.
Anyway.
All right. Show the video where it didn't happen. Chris Hankins, I do not have that video handy at this moment. But
of me falling asleep in my
Yeah.
food?
but I did video.
Oh, I
it.
guarantee it probably exists.
But what's terrible, and I'll admit this right now because we're about honesty. We have honesty. He was being a shit that night.
I was.
Before that, yes. It was a long time ago.
Well, it's probably because you were talking about liking Marcus Allen because he was a Chief.
It was way before
Well, I like the
that.
Chiefs now because of Marcus Allen. Like, no, Marcus Allen is a Raider.
It was way
He's
before
a
that.
Raider.
It was way before that. So
Always a Raider.
So I wanted to video you, and then you were so sweet the next day, apologizing and being such a sweetheart that I didn't even show you the video. So anyway, but anyway,
Awesome. Well, that's out there.
it's not out there. I don't even.
I
know
mean,
if
it's
I
out
have
there in
it.
my life.
Well, I
Y'all don't have to know what it's like to be with someone who will just leave the Raiders and be a Chiefs fan because of one guy.
We're gonna keep pushing buttons. All right, fantastic.
No, so anyway, I've got a pretty cool steak and shake story. Talking about food, right?
Which one is this? Can you?
This
give
is
me
great. And if Doug Sims is here,
Oh.
say aye. Because I think Doug Sims was actually part of this story.
This is a good one.
Doug Sims, who is usually on our live feeds almost every week, he was actually part of this story. I'm pretty sure he was.
Right?
So anyway, we also, I think it was a 320 show, and we were just like, we had like a fucking great night. It was like almost like a sold out kind of play, kind of a situation. Lines out the door, felt great, man. It was awesome. It was $10 to get in, and everyone paid for it, and they liked it. And if they didn't like it, they could shove it up their ass and take their happy ass down to fucking Archie's and get in for free to see somebody. Shit. Listen. Now look, they all paid to get in. They all loved it, and it was worth it. And we made it worth it. We had a great night. It was just one of those nights, where the energy like works and like everything kind of worked, and it was just like and you got everything you wanted. If you've ever been in a band and on stage and had that feeling, it's like a really, really cool feeling. So we left the 320s in that kind of a mood, and we're like, let's go to Steak and Shake. Oh my gosh, I want some Steak and Shake so bad. So it was everybody in the band, which was 5 members at that time, plus we had 2 or 3 or 4 other people kind of tagging along, like some of those guys. It was, I think, Doug Sims was one of them, and a couple other people. So we go walking into Steak and Shake at like 2:30 in the morning, and we are still dressed in our shit. Like when Machine Gun would get off stage and usually go somewhere to eat, we would not take the time to change. We never brought like change of clothes. None of us cared that much about that kind of shit. So we would go right into Steak and Shake in full attire with the runny eyeliner and the wig still on and all the scarves and all the boots and everything. We would be on stage is the way we would walk into Steak and Shake. Okay. And usually Steak and Shake still had people there at 2:30 in the morning, but here we come. There's 5 of us, plus there's 3 or 4 other people with us. And so we would go in there and we need a table all pushed together. So we're of course making a scene to everyone there because now we're up to about 10 people that all need to sit at one table.
Right.
So the waitress comes up and we're still wound up from the show. There's an energy that kind of we walk away with shows as performers. We walk away as performers with that same kind of energy that a lot of you fans do when you come and see those shows and you're just like, oh my gosh, now I want to go to an after party. It's like,
right.
Yeah, no shit. We feel the same way. So sometimes we get all ramped up too. So now this is how we walk into 320s. We had shots bought. We had things. I mean, we're just kind of in like,
Steak and Shake.
I mean, Steak and Shake. This is how we walk into Steak and Shake. So we take this table, a waitress comes over. She's like, oh my God, this is going to be overwhelming. She's like, listen, here's what the hell. And so I got with the waitress, or we did, a couple of the guys in the band, where it's like, we're not going to go through and take everybody's order. No, we're not going to do that. And there was a couple of guys most of the guys, there's only like Orrin and I were the one doing this. And everyone else at the table was sitting there just like, what are you guys talking about?
Right.
We're not going through the menu and we're not letting everybody order what they want. Fuck that. We're doing, everybody at the table gets the same thing. Mm-hmm. And these guys in our own group were just like, hey, no, man. Like, no, I don't want to do it. Like, I don't want to do it. That. Shut up. Doug Sims, shut up. What? I like Dr. Pepper. You're not getting Dr. Pepper tonight. You're drinking Coke. Here's what we're getting. The whole table's getting the same thing with no exceptions. I don't want no onions taken off. I don't want no, lose the tomatoes. No, I don't want none of that. Everyone at the table is going to get a double with cheese and everything. Cheese fries and chili mac. And Coke to drink. No, not cheese fries, regular fries. Double with cheese, with everything, fries, and a chili mac. And Coke to drink. There's guys at our table. I don't like Coke, man. Shut up.
I don't want that.
Shut up, Brad. You're drinking Coke tonight. I only drink Dr. Pepper. Not tonight.
Not tonight.
Tonight, the entire table's getting the exact same fucking thing.
Did you already say how many people were at your table?
About 10.
All right.
There's about 10 of us. So it's like everyone's getting the same thing. You don't get a vote. And there was definitely guys bitching, and we're trying to calm them down. Like, shut up, shut up. We're trying to talk to Jenny here. She's taking out an order, and they would be like, I don't want that. I want like a bacon cheese. Shut up. We're not doing that. I told her, I was like, we will take 11 orders of a double with cheese with everything on it, fries, and a chili mac with Coke to drink. That's what we want. All 11 of us want the same thing. Makes it easy for you. Just go do that and don't listen to anything they're saying. And they're like being like, Jenny, no way. I want Dr. Pepper. I was like, Jenny, don't listen to him.
Don't listen to him.
He wants Coke. We're doing all Cokes. And she kept looking at me like, are you sure? Like, are you? Because he wants, I was like, just trust me. We're doing Coke. We're doing doubles with cheese, with everything, fries, a chili mac, and a Coke for the whole table. She's like, okay.
All right, fine. Okay. 10 doubles, blah, blah, blah.
It's like, all right. It was funny as hell. It was fucking hilarious. It's like everyone's bitching and moaning like, I wanted chicken fingers. Like, oh, fuck your chicken fingers. We're getting doubles with everything, cheeseburger with fries and a chili mac and Coke, and that's what you're getting tonight because we're all getting the same fucking thing, period. And so, blah, blah, blah. So then that turns into 30 minutes of us just fucking laughing. Like, oh, this is so funny. Just me and Orrin being able to watch people knowing that they're getting ready to get shit that they didn't want. And they were looking so forward to going to Steak and Shake and getting that one thing that they always love. Like, I love the Frisco. We're not doing the Frisco.
Nope.
We're doing a double with cheese, with everything, with the fries and a chili mac and a Coke. That's what you're getting, period. It doesn't matter. You don't get a vote tonight because we just played 320s and we sold it out. Woohoo! Loved it. We were on fucking cloud nine. So everyone gets their food. Of course, we're having a great time. We start getting down towards the end of our deal. Of course, the whole damn place is watching us because there's like, who the hell are those guys? Right? So out of nowhere, this is the best part. I go to, the waitress comes up and she's talking about how do I do the bill. I was like, I don't know. I don't fucking care. We'll figure that out. But before you do the bill, I want you to pay for that guy's meal right over there. She's like, where? I didn't know anybody in the place.
No.
I said, pay for that guy. And I as far away from where we were sitting.
Like
I
complete catty corner from where you were.
I said, pay for that guy over there. And the funny part is he was sitting at a table of 4 people. He was at a booth and there was an ass in the seat on all 4 spots of that booth, right? Yeah. 2 people and 2 people. I said, pay for that guy over there. She's like, oh, that booth over there? I said, no. Don't pay for the whole booth. Just pay for the one guy. Like this is what I think will be funny. Okay. Jenny, listen, bring it in, Jenny. Listen, I don't know what he's eating. I don't care. I don't care if he ate a plate of gold. That guy in the purple shirt, he's sitting at that far booth in the corner there, but don't pay for anybody else at his table. I don't care if that's his girlfriend sitting next to him. I don't care if that's his mom and dad. I don't give a shit. This table is only going to pay for him.
One guy.
And I just pulled him out of my ass. I was just like, that guy in the purple shirt, we're going to pay for him.
Was he wearing a purple shirt?
He was wearing a purple shirt.
Oh, fantastic.
The dude in the purple shirt, even though he's sitting with 4 people, I only want to pay for him. She's like, okay, I got it. Just like you listeners are doing right now. We got it,
Jan.
You said it 5 times. Jesus.
Believe me, this is my life.
She's like, okay. So we're kind of sticking around waiting for that guy in the purple shirt to get done with his food. So I'm like, okay, great. We're waiting around. I was like, hey, is the purple shirt guy done yet? She's like, yeah. Here's his bill. I was like, what did he get? He got a double with cheese and everything with fries and a chili mac and Coke to drink.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
He got exactly what we all ordered at our table. And I was like, yes.
This is a true story. It's a true story.
To the T, exactly what we ordered. So we had 11 orders. It just turned into 12 of the exact same thing. True story. After parties with food.
Yeah, fuckman hell. Holy.
Fuckman? Did you say fuckman?
I did. I didn't mean to say fuckman.
Fuckman hell. Have I got sweat arms yet?
But that's a good shirt. See, this is a
Yeah, the Bass Pro shirt kind of hides it pretty
Bass
good.
Pro shirt.
I do not represent Bass Pro in any way, shape, or form. The views and opinions expressed on this show have nothing to do with Bass Pro
Johnny
Shops,
Morris or Bass
Johnny
Pro.
Morris, or any of their associated affiliates.
We are just living life. Holy shit! It's still 7-7 Chiefs. The Chiefs game is 7-7.
Yeah, for those of you not watching,
7-7.
it's 7-7.
If you care, who cares? But
Tie game right now.
I got it right here. So we don't have the game. We wanted the game, but it didn't happen. Fuck man.
Fuckman.
Wait.
I think that's fuckman.
Fuckman?
I don't know. Fuckman.
Fuckman. Hello.
Because you said something like fuck 'em or fuckman. Or,
I can't even remember what I said 5 minutes ago. This is how I'm 50. I'm 50. And apparently my fucking memory is the first thing to go.
I'm 50 years old.
Super quick. Should we do it? Yeah. Another food story is our wedding, which we've talked about before. We've bragged about before. This motherfucker set up, if you're just joining us and you don't know who we are, March 30th of 2018, he set up the biggest surprise engagement / wedding ever at Crave. But that's a whole other podcast. We had the wedding. It was fucking amazing. God damn it. Why can't I think? Jimmy James, Funhouse played.
Yeah.
They learned a song for us. Then we stayed. We stayed as a married couple now. They cleared out our shit from the wedding, and the Rosie Hips were playing that night.
Yep.
We stayed. I carried around my wine bottle all night, drank.
A lot of wine was brought to our wedding, and so Crave didn't care that we were just... Tara was walking around in her wedding dress and a full bottle of wine. It wasn't even in a glass.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
now,
whole bottle.
I
think we might have even gotten out of Crave with that bottle and walked towards
quite possibly
Steak and Shake.
Quite possibly, but we ended up at Steak and Shake with nobody else.
Hell yeah. So one last food story real quick before we move on to our next subject.
That was the food story I was just
doing. I know. It was great. And that was a great story. We went to Steak and Shake.
He was in his tuxedo. I was in my wedding dress.
Yeah.
We might have had the wine bottle with us.
Might have had a full bottle of wine.
Okay, go.
With us at Steak and Shake. So I am going to name some names on this one because I don't think it matters that much anymore. And frankly, I don't give a fuck.
Who gives a fuck?
They get mad at me.
We got 16 people watching right now, and who knows?
But for some of those who remember the band Flick, I won't say the names of those involved in the story, but the band was Flick. And I know there's some of you on here who know Flick, right?
I want to hear this, but
do dun 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 while therapies dun 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 dun. No, seriously, I think she did say something about get a hold of us and send us emails. Tell us your stories. Send us some stories. We are also, you're going to start seeing us kind of out in public with an audio recorder, just a little handheld something, little summy to get some feedback from some of the people we see out on the she's not doing the Palmer, you know that. She actually is peeing anyway. And so come up and tell us your stories if you see us out, and I've got my recorder with me. Stories about after parties or stories about sex in the scene, which we talked about last week. Creepy, horrible, bad stories, or really great stories. come and talk to us. We want to get some good street talk on some of our audio episodes that we release later. So back to the band Flick. So I don't know what city they were in. I don't know what year this is. Doesn't really matter. But they decided to order a pizza. This is an after party food story.
Yay.
So the band orders a pizza, right? And when the pizza guy shows up, one of the guys in the band answers the hotel room door with wearing nothing but a sock. All he had on was a sock. Kind of like, you guys remember the Chili Peppers thing? It was a very similar. Oh, yes, I'm doing a Palmer by naming some names.
Oh, I thought you meant me leaving the room.
I know. I thought she was talking about the load of bowl breaks. But anyway,
Nice.
I'm all confused. The comments coming in late is kind of weird.
Smoke break.
But no, but I'm only going to name the band name, and it was Flick. And I know a lot of you guys know who they were.
And we'll go from there.
And I don't give a shit if any of them get mad at me.
No, because they're not watching. So
I still won't say who their names were. But
No, we don't have to bring up their.
yeah, they don't watch me or support anything I do now
No,
anyway, so I don't give a
all cool.
fuck. So anyway,
Okay.
so one of the guys in the band answers the door wearing nothing but a sock. That's all he has on, and it's a pizza guy. It's like a Domino's pizza guy. So he's like, okay, that the guy's standing there, and he's like,
Now what?
all right. And he's like, whatever. That's 1675, whatever it was. And so the guy who had answered the door, he says, hold on a minute. And he reaches down in the sock.
The band member?
The band member to the bottom of the sock.
God.
To the bottom of the sock. There's a $20 bill at the bottom of the sock. Pulls the $20 bill back out of the sock and hands it to the guy. Kind of warm and sweaty, right?
Oh my God.
So the Domino's guy's like, fuck you, man. Like, he was pissed.
This is way pre-COVID.
I mean, of course. Well, fuck. This is like 30 years ago.
I'm just being dick.
Yes, good night, Jules. So the Domino's dude's just kind of like, dude, like, that's a real dick move. Pun intended.
Dick move.
That's
funny.
And so the guy's a little pissy, but he took the money, he made the change, and he's just like,
Josh Poole
fuck.
says, did they order sausage?
Yeah. So the guy leaves. As soon as they shut the door, they call Domino's again. Let's order another pizza.
Oh shit.
So they order another order of pizza, hoping that they get the same guy, right?
Right.
So it's going to take a little bit for that guy to get back and the order to process. This was before the internet. We had to actually make phone calls back in those days. And they order another pizza from the same place. Now, this time, they all put on their Sunday's best. They all dressed absolutely in the best clothes that they possibly had. They all combed their hair perfectly. They got in the bathroom and actually wet it down, so it was very slick. They got the Gideon Bible out of the nightstand that was right there in the hotel. Then they sit Indian style on the bed. All four of them or five of them. Can't remember what tour they were on, but sometimes they had four people, sometimes they had five.
Yeah.
So now they're all sitting on the bed, Indian style, with the Bible open, and they're studying the Bible. Knock, knock, knock on the door.
Oh my gosh, this is pissing me off.
Knock on the door.
Hang on. It's being an asshole. Sorry. There we go.
And so now they're all sitting on the bed reading the Gideon Bible, and they all are clothed and they all have their hair combed, slicked down. Knock, knock, knock on the door.
Oh my God. Are you serious?
The same guy who wore the sock earlier was the same guy that answered the door this time as well. Opens the door and it's the same dude.
Was he still wearing a sock?
Are you even listening?
I'm trying. I'm dealing with a whole bunch.
I don't know
of
what you're
shit.
dealing with. We don't need to be doing anything over there. We are right here. This is our life
I'm getting
right
messages
here.
and photos.
I did the messages and photos. Doesn't matter over there. Right here is what matters.
Okay.
No, he was not wearing the sock. He was in full Sunday's best.
I got you.
With all the
With
rest
his
of the
hair.
band members.
Okay.
With their hair combed, the
Right.
Bible out, spread on the bed. Thanks for ruining the story. The pizza guy knocks on the door. Same dude answers now 15 minutes later and goes, hey, man, how's it going? Like, oh, no, come on in if you want. And just acts like it had never happened just a minute ago.
Really?
Pays in the money, does the thing. The guy's just standing there in total shock, like, and took his money and walked out the room and went back to Domino's.
I love this.
No reason. Sometimes you get fucking bored on the road, man.
No
you just want to
shit.
do something to
No shit.
get a laugh for yourself.
Yeah.
After parties and food.
Food
Is that all of our stories?
for the food?
I mean, I'm sure I got some more, but those are some pretty good ones.
I think that's the highlights. I mean, we could do a whole
Moving on
fucking-
to number 3.
number 3.
The final and number 3.
Really? Final? Yeah, probably.
Put Jared's comment up there.
Flick down. That one.
Mhm.
Hang on. I need a new mouse so bad.
No, this mouse is awesome.
No, I hate this mouse.
Yeah.
I hate this mouse.
Yeah. Anybody that uses a Mac knows that
No.
Magic Mice are
No,
awesome.
no, they're
Yes, they
not.
are. You just are too dumb to figure it out.
You're gonna get another left-handed
You just don't
slap.
get it, you big dummy. Slick down hair, Indian style, Bible, sitting on a bed. This is the same way I lost my virginity. Oh, I added great comedy to it because I thought he meant to say bet, and then
I know, but he changed
but then
it.
he corrected
he
to
corrected,
bed.
but I think the correction needs to go away.
Yeah, the way I read it was funnier.
The
Slick down hair, Indian
But-
style, Bible, sitting on a bed. That's the way I lost my
no,
virginity.
we like the first version better, so I like that. But
bet.
this is the same way. Oh my god, I love you people that are here watching and commenting. You guys are the best.
Let's quickly get into part 3
Part 3.
of our show here, After Parties,
After parties.
which we've done the, I don't know what you want to call the first one, gear, backstage, setting up. I don't know. Second one is food. And our third and final point of the show now is drink. After parties and drink.
Uh-oh. Chiefs 13, Texans 7.
Chiefs are up 13.
13 to
13
7.
to 7.
Just FYI.
See, we'll keep you informed.
You guys don't need any there's no reason you need to watch the game. You can just watch us. Anyway.
Oh, there's football lovers. Whatever.
No, I love you guys. Because some of you are probably watching the game. The fucking flies are still
Go Raiders!
Go Raiders!
Go Raiders.
I was becoming a Raiders fan until the Chiefs went crazy last year and won the Super Bowl.
Oh, see, that's bandwagon bullshit fan shit. No, I hate that
But-
even worse.
but-
Now you're back to the Chiefs just because they run the Super Bowl?
No, because my girl Higgy.
I say Raiders. I'm
You
going
know-
Raiders all the way. I know you Chiefs fans hate the fucking Raiders. That's why I'm going to speak Raiders from here on out. I hope they stomp your ass.
But you know my girl Higgy. You don't know her, but you met her at the graveyard.
I know your
Anyway,
best friend.
She passed away. She was a crazy Chiefs fan, and so that's why I became a crazy Chiefs fan myself, even after Marcus Allen. Blah 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 blah. It's all in our interviews. If you ever listen to anybody else's interview, just
They
saying.
might. They might.
but you might. That's great. But so so
So after parties and booze,
okay, never mind.
football, I'd rather watch pavement settle. What do you want to say?
Nothing. I'm just saying that I didn't become a Chiefs fan again.
You've already said this. We've already covered the Chiefs thing, didn't we? Just let me give you more shit and you just stay there and be quiet like a good little wife.
Okay.
I'm king! Oh my gosh. Boop, 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 boop. 10 people just left the conversation. I'm joking.
I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry,
Shh,
baby. That's
everybody
right.
knows I can't talk
You're
to her
the
that way.
king of my castle.
Oh
That's
my
right.
God.
You are the one who's
Yeah, like you smacked me down at Shuffle that night.
because
Bam!
you were being a dick. So
Bam!
anyway,
Fucking
All right.
took me down.
all right. Always extra sauce.
All right, so who knows
Okay.
the feeling of leaving a show that you just had a great time at, especially if you're a fan. But this happens with the bands too, just so
Yes,
you
it
guys
does.
know. Because we're in a
Absolutely.
band and you as a viewer and as a fan out there watching the show, that doesn't mean there's any difference in the fact that alcohol stopped selling at like 1:30, right? 1:30 on the damn pin. Shell, you know I was joking. Anyway, so
It's all fun. You missed it. It's all
no,
fun.
she didn't miss it. That's why she said Daniel.
Oh, okay.
The comments are just, some people just sit and watch and they don't sit and comment until I say something ignorant to you. And then everyone's like, fuck you, Dan. I know, I get it.
Not Dan.
We love Tara, not Dan.
I would love for you to email us at unsungdreamers@gmail.com and say,
send us your bitches towards Dan.
No, who's a Tara fan, who's a Dan fan. I would love to know that. Just saying.
We're gonna have a competition.
Totes.
Maybe we'll do that for next week's show. Tara versus Dan. Ooh.
I don't say much because I can't get a word in edgewise.
Yes. Doug Fuller. Do I still have my hot damn in the bar right now? I always make sure I have hot damn in the house. And it's all because of Higgy. Yep.
Hang on. Wait, hang on. Let me check.
Ever since we've been together, I've always had to make sure, not because she requires me to, because I want to. I always make sure we have hot damn laying around, just in case we're in a Higgy mood or kind of Higgy feelings or Higgy's birthday or anything like that. We always make sure we've got, and this shit sometimes is hard to find. This is old school shit. Okay. So like,
it's so cheesy.
This bottle, I think this very bottle I bought in, up in Illinois or something.
I don't know, but it's only for her birthday.
We were somewhere. Yes, I've explained that. And we were somewhere and I stopped no, we were on our way to fucking New Hampshire.
Oh, you're right.
We were on our way to New Hampshire.
In the middle of winter.
In the middle of winter. And I was just here this last year.
Yep.
And I was trying, it was Higgy's birthday. It was Tara's best friend's birthday who passed away several years ago from cancer. And so every year on her birthday, we always do hot damn shots because this was her favorite drink. Now, this shit is not as popular as it used to be anymore. This is like old school, and a lot of people make fun of it because it's basically just a cinnamon liqueur. It's not even like whiskey.
It's like 40 proof. It's so
we're hanging out. I think did we get a hotel or did we set up a tent to camp in?
We never got a hotel on the way to New Hampshire.
I know.
We slept,
but
in
I felt like I was by myself
getting this.
When I got this.
You were never by yourself in New Hampshire.
Okay, maybe it wasn't that trip.
Oh,
I'm
true.
saying I was
You're
in the
right.
Jeep
You're
by
right.
myself and
You're
I was
right.
driving all over town. I feel like I left you at the restaurant or something, like I'll be right back or something like that.
Yeah.
I stopped at a liquor store. Nope. Another liquor store. Nope. Another liquor store.
It's hard to find.
I was like, oh my gosh, what the hell? I finally had to go close to 15 miles away. I walk in. I was like, dude, I didn't even look for it. I just walked in and told the dude, do you have hot damn or not? He's like, yeah, man, I got it. It's right back here. I was like, oh, thank God. So I go back there and I actually got this very bottle. It took me about 3 or 4 liquor store stops to find it. Then drove it all the way back. It might not have been New Hampshire because you were not with me.
No, I think you're right. I think it was not. It was not.
I came back and I was like, hey, found it. Let's get our glasses. It's Kathy's birthday. And we did shots. The proof? I don't know what the proof
40.
is.
I just
it's
said
40.
It's like cheesy.
Oh, you did say that?
20%. So yeah.
Yeah, it's just a goofy little thing, but it was Kathy's
But it's
favorite.
what our drink was.
And I don't know how we got off on that.
But
after parties and liquor.
Take a swig. Because
we'll do some for
the fuck
Higgy
not?
right now.
Because Doug Fuller was in a band with us, with me and Higgy, and we toured
Yeah, Doug
all
Fuller's
over
in the
place.
comments here. He played with Higgy and played with Tara.
Yeah.
And so he's the one that says, I remember Tara and Higgy and Hot Damn.
Yes.
Or no, he said on Hot Damn.
Yeah, well, yeah, there's that.
So this one here is for Higgy.
Kathy Robbins.
For after parties and drinking.
Yeah.
And Kathy, also known as Higgy, to Doug Fuller, to Tara Lynn, to Ragbone.
Oh, nice. You remember that. See?
That's what I'm drinking.
What
too.
a great husband, right? He remembers that shit. I'm taking a swig too. So go on.
All right, after parties and drinking. So yeah, so you guys are like wrapping up shows, right? It's 1:30 and they stopped selling alcohol, right? So a lot of times you guys got the ability to get quite a bit of head start on some of us bands because we're just like, we're also maybe out of liquor at home too and are hoping to get to the liquor store by 1:30. But we just literally finished a show for you at like 1:20. And so one night, and we weren't actually playing, but we had gone and seen Love Bomb over at Archie's.
Right.
And we're hanging out with actually Chet Smith and Eddie Hines and Amy Hines.
Right.
And we were all hanging out and we're having a good time and we were seeing Love Bomb. Well, we were thinking about bouncing over here and maybe doing some recording. We actually recorded some podcast stuff that night that we haven't released yet, but I'm telling you, it's fucking gold and I have it recorded. But before we left over there, we were like, hey, I don't have anything to drink at home.
God damn it.
So Tara's like, it's like one.
Sorry. I apologize for that. I need to fix. He's taking the mouse away.
I'm taking the mouse. I'm tired of it. Anyway.
Trying to respond.
The podcast was so bad. Kimberly Utter, you are correct.
She
terrible.
was there. She was there.
Oh, she was there. Kimberly was part of this story. And seriously, man.
I won't do that again.
And so
he's going to slap me.
Yeah. So we came over here trashed and we started trying to record a podcast together, mainly the three of us, me and Chet and Eddie. And it's got some pretty funny moments in it, but generally speaking, it's probably embarrassing for all of us. But that's not even the point of my story. The point of my story was we were at the old Archie's over there. And right when we started thinking about coming up with this idea of coming here, it was getting close to closing time over there. So we're looking at like 1:20.
The band had already
over
stopped.
there. The band had stopped and it was kind of that lingering thing at the end. Then all of a sudden there was talk about coming over to the studio. And we're like, yeah, we could do that. And Tara's like, we don't have nothing at home. It's 1:25. She takes off. She bolts out of, doesn't even say anything. Doesn't say anything to me like, I'm going to go get something or I'm going to go do that. Or, hey, be right back. Or, hey, wait for me. I'm going to, nothing about going to the bathroom, nothing about nothing. She just like, oh, and out the front door, Tara's gone, just like that. She's running. Actually, Tara running over to Glenstone. If you've ever been to, I always forget the name.
Grand and Glenstone at Archie's.
Archie's. If you've ever been to this Archie's place, she's running through the parking lot there and hits the place right here is closed, but there's like a come and go right across the street over there. Mm-hmm. So now it's like Frogger. You guys ever play Frogger? The video game Frogger? Cars are like, and Tara's like, what was the sound? She was like in this lane and then over and then back to that lane and then over and then over that lane trying to get across Glenstone at 1:27 now. Oh, trying to get into come and go. We're all still at Archie's going, where'd Tara go? No idea. She's literally bolting across the street, hits the fucking sidewalk of the come and go, runs inside. It's 1:29. Bet much as she could get. Goes up to the counter, boom, the guy's like, oh, man, I don't know. She's like, come on. It's 1:29. He's like, okay, you're right. And he sells it to her. Yes.
We have beer.
Now she's got to get back to Archie's. So we're still sitting out there. Now we're having a cigarette because they're kind of closing the place down. It's like, where's Tara? I was like, well, I don't have any idea. And now we can see her on Glenstone playing the Frogger. But now she's got all this shit in her hands. And she's like, trying to change the lanes and not get hit by a car, trying to get from come and go back over to fucking Archie's so that we would have something to drink when we got home.
That's the kind of wife.
Anybody ever play that game?
Anybody? Anyone?
I got to get the beer before 1:30.
Holy shit.
Man.
And I'm out of shape, right? So I'm like sprinting across this fucking road.
Oh, you came back a little out of breath.
A little bit. Holy shit.
So does that bring me down to my final after party story about drinking?
Perhaps. Oh, yours? Yeah, maybe.
Of course, we've all got a million stories. I mean, I've had so many after parties at my house, not necessarily just this house, but a lot of there is a country song in that fucking Frogger going across Glenstone trying to get beer.
Yeah, Chris, I got you, boo.
What?
Oh, I'll let Chris talk about that if she wants to.
No.
Okay. Anyway.
Yeah, we may have done that together. I know people have done it.
Oh, totally.
Specifically to get to usually my house.
Yes.
But even when I lived in my other house, I mean, after parties were so just common. I've got just a cajillion stories. I had a little bar in the basement of the house I lived in before this one. It was like a 3-4 story house. And I had a bar down in the basement that I had made, like a little Irish pub, beatnik kind of place. And there were times I was actually in bed. I didn't have a show. I didn't have nothing. And about 3 a.m, I just hear my house.
Right?
I'm like, what the fuck? I look out my front window. I've got like 4 cars in my driveway, and my bar was called Brogan's. And Brogan's was just like pounding. I'm like, who's in our house? They're just down there partying. It was usually like my nieces or my nephews or some friends of mine who knew they could come in. But sometimes there's a full party take place in my house. I wasn't even awake. I wasn't even there.
You might have been at a show. You might have been asleep. But the basement was what, 3 stories below your bedroom.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it was down there and it was underground. But I'm just saying, every now and then there'd be after parties at my house when I didn't even throw it.
Yep.
It was just happening. So, I mean, tons of stories that are all funny, but I'm going to end the show with this one that is the best after party story for me. It's the best and the worst after party story ever in the whole world.
So before we do that.
But did it have a pea tree? My house did. Well, it didn't have a pea tree, but it
had a piss place.
We still peed.
It didn't have a pea tree, but it had a piss place.
Outdoors.
Before we end with this story, because I think I know where you're going with that. We have left out so many details and so many thoughts and stories of after parties that have happened actually right here in this vicinity that we're talking about right now. And we're going to leave it that way. Let you guys wonder what the hell goes on. Go ahead.
What was that?
Nothing.
What?
That was just for intrigue.
That was for entering?
Intrigue.
You're being weird, dude. I don't like when you're being weird because it's throwing me off.
Well, you're always throwing me off and I go with it. So you need to go with me sometimes.
I don't know about that. I don't know if I'm happy with that.
Just saying, I had a Team Tara earlier. # Team Tara. Nobody else.
Next week's show is going to be Dan versus Tara. We're going to see who has the biggest fans.
Oh, hey, oh.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. We got to come up with some ideas to get people to like fucking send their votes in or something. Dan versus Tara.
So email us and let us know.
And trust me, it's better than the other idea we were going to do next week, which is the 10 hottest girls we know personally. Ooh. How good would that go over? Mm-hmm. Coming in at number 10.
Why am I only number 10?
Oh boy, we'd get in so much trouble. It'd be like Zuckerberg's face mash.
Face mash?
Yeah, isn't that what it's called?
I don't know.
That's how kind of Facebook started when he was comparing who's the hotter girl when he was going to Yale or whatever dumb college he went to.
I have no idea. Ben Russell. I heard after party at Dan's tonight.
Well, I mean, Team Fritz. See, Chris is fine with both of us.
Aw, yay. That's a true story. Ben Russell, Team Tara.
No!
Thank you!
Fuck you, Ben Russell.
# your teams right now on this fucking
Listen,
thing.
Chris Palmer said Team Fritz because she usually tries to be more politically correct. That's her style.
She does. Right. She never, ever does anything controversial or calls anybody out.
She is very vanilla and just doesn't like to ruffle any feathers.
Right.
That's why she said Team Fritz.
She's totally in the middle of everything.
But really, she loves Dan. It's a secret crush that Chris Palmer has on me. I know it.
It is your last name. It is your last name. So that's probably what she
know she has a secret crush on me.
Covertly.
I'm not stupid.
Covertly.
But anyway.
Stephanie Cagle says, not fair. How can we choose?
Ladies got to stick together. Stephanie Cagle, you just make your decision, girl. If you're a bigger fan of mine, you just Team Dan.
Just fucking say it. It's okay.
Don't worry about Tara.
See, the life
she's going to come back. Team Tara.
The life we live, the life we live is that we love each other, and I love his successes, and he loves mine. So if you guys are Team Dan, say it.
Oh, you're gonna slay me. You're gonna slay me next week.
But I don't say much. I just sit here with my.
I know that's why everybody feels bad for you because I talk over you and call you bad names. Remember that time I called you a fucking? What did I call you? Fucking asshole.
Michelle. If Michelle was here.
Oh, she's not here. One time I called Tara like a. What was it?
Oh, what was it? Asshole. Something.
A goddamn
asshole. Wasn't it?
I think it was a goddamn asshole. Yeah, I think it was goddamn asshole.
It was early. It was early in the podcasting. Yeah. Sorry, Dan. Team
Doug
Tara.
Fuller's Team Tara. See, yay! I'm going to lose this. I don't even know if we should do this show. I'm going to have to put on.
Yay. Karen. Tom Embry. Karen? Like, who's the Karen, Tom? Come on, tell us who the Karen is, because that would be difficult.
Oh, he was trying to help me think of what I called you. And it wasn't Karen. I think it was goddamn asshole. I think one time in a show, and at the split second, I wasn't being funny. I was like, you goddamn asshole. And then I tried to play it off like it was funny.
Yep. And Michelle called you out. She still calls you out. Michelle Huddleston.
Goddamn idiot. That's it.
Goddamn idiot. Thank you, Jared. Fucking Jared with his archival brain. Jared with his archival brain.
It was goddamn idiot.
It was goddamn
idiot.
Holy shit.
I think I am going to have to throw in the towel, Ben, but we might still do the show anyway. I'll try to pull out some tricks to get people won over. I'll try to win people over, maybe.
Stephanie says your stories are better, but she has great boobs.
She has great boobs, true. Okay, so
anyway, love you guys. What is your last thought?
I don't know
why can't we see
why can't
other
Chris
comments?
see the other comments?
I don't know.
I'm not sure why she can't.
I'm not sure. I am not Zuckerberg.
I don't know if that's on her.
I know you hate Zuck, but you're gonna have to take that up with him because I have no fucking idea.
We're not sure, girly. I'm not sure. So anyway, after parties that involve drinking, which I know a lot of after parties involve drinking. But this is one hell of a after party that involved drinking. So one time and one time only, Machine Gun Symphony was asked to play down at Bugsy Malone's downtown. Yeah. For some of you out there who are still going to Bugsy's to sing karaoke on South of Town, you might not realize that South of Town was actually their third or fourth location, but at one time there was two Bugsy Malone's open at the same time. One of them was South of Town that is still open to this day. It's a great place to go sing some karaoke. And the other one used to be downtown, right on South and Walnut. Okay. There used to be a Bugsy Malone's right there. I'm very good friends with Wayna, who owns Bugsy Malone's, and she always wanted Machine Gun Symphony to play at her place, but she was always worried that we would cost too much money, and we kind of did for her, but we all loved Wayna, so we were like, hey, let's just work it out. We'll figure out a way. We'll charge to get in, even though you don't normally charge that much to get in, and we'll make it work, blah, blah, blah. So we're playing downtown. So because she was so excited about the idea, she actually sent a limo to pick us all up. She's like, where should I send the limo? I was like, what the fuck are you talking about a limo? She's like, I got a limo for you guys. I'm going to have you. So I was like, okay, I guess pick us up at my house. I guess we'll be over. And this is when I lived over on Elm, closer to downtown. So we're hanging out at my house, and this limo pulls up that she had gotten us because she wanted us to feel like rock stars going to Bugsy Malone's downtown on South and Walnut, right? It was fun. It was great. The funniest part about the limo ride is 500 yards before we got to Bugsy's, we asked the driver to pull over on the side of the road because we all had to take a piss. And we were actually downtown already. We were on South Street, just kind of down there by that, you know, that Great Southern Bank building that's kind of like a little bit south
that billboard. It's got that digital billboard.
No. The one further. It used to be a Great Southern Bank before the one on the corner that you're talking about. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
I got you.
About 100 to 200 yards away from Bugsy Malone's south, but it was on South Street, basically right in front of the big church that has the playground out in the backyard. Guy pulls the limo over right there on the side of the street. We all get out of the limo and we all pee on the sidewalk.
Okay.
There's like 5 of us, and we're right there on South Street, just South Street, heading right into downtown. Like Bruno's is coming up on the right. You got the Wheeler's Lofts on the left. You've got Maria's on the right.
You got the Outland coming up.
Coming up. We're right before that, all out on the street, taking a pee on the street. Before we get to the place, we pull up the Bugsy Malone's in a limo, which kind of like felt funny, but it was kind of fun. She was having a great time treating us to that. So we're like, okay. So we took a limo to the show. So we get out there. We played Bugsy Malone's downtown, which was actually a very small place. I actually built the stage myself. She didn't have a stage. And so I was like, well, we're going to have some kind of a stage. And she's like, well, I mean, can you help me with that? And I was like, oh, hell, okay, sure. So I actually literally bought lumber and plywood and did all stuff. And I went down there myself during the days, and I built her a stage in the front of Bugsy Malone. So if any of you ever played at Bugsy's downtown and you played on that stage, I built that fucking stage myself so that we would at least have something to play on. It was only about 12 inches tall. No big deal, but we wanted something to kind of make it feel like a show instead of playing on the floor. I hate playing on the floor. It's a big pet peeve of mine.
Floor is dumb. The floor
Floor
anybody
is dumb.
out there who has a floor stage, it's dumb.
So, of course, we're all ramped up. I mean, Bugsy Malone's is kind of known for having great prices on beer and everything else. And so we're going for it. One of the guys in Machine Gun Symphony, surprisingly, not me, actually passed out before the show was over. He was laying on the stage out cold. And we had to step over him to keep singing and to keep forging through the show because it was mayhem. The place was so packed. There was a fight outside after our show that almost killed the dude. The dude was just getting pounded in the face so damn hard over and over and over that people were like, dude, you're going to fucking kill him. And we had to pull him off and everybody had to push away. It was a big deal. It was a mayhem show. It was, we should not have played there actually, but it turned into utter chaos. And the beer was flowing unlike any other show we had played at any other venue in town. So we're just kind of like, well, shit. And we did actually clear like $3,000 at that place. We got like $3,000. I'm like, fuck, we're happy with $3,000. And since I was friends with Wayne more than anyone else in the band, I got all the money and it was in cash. Now that night I wore a shirt that was lacy. It was like wine red. And it was a see-through shirt that was kind of lacy, but the stitching in it, which was like embroidery, it was sort of like in velvet and it was like floral and it was tight as fuck.
Oh, I love that shirt.
And it was totally see-through, but it had like flowers embroidered in it. And then of course I had all my other shit on top of that, my jackets and 3 or 4 scarves,
all your jewelry and bracelets,
and I had all the bling up here
and your wig,
10 bracelets here and 8 bracelets there, and all my makeup and my wig and everything, my tight ass little black pants, and I put all $3,000 in my pocket. They were girls' pants, which they always have them really shallow front pockets. So I'm trying to get all this money stuffed into that pocket, and we're just like, thank you so much, Wayne. We had an awesome time. We're going over to one of the guys' houses. And we're having an after party over there where there's gonna be some drinking, some more drinking. Right?
Right. That was the plan.
And so that's what we did. Inappropriate touching there, Dan. What did I touch you?
You didn't touch me at all.
I might have.
Did you hit me? Did you smack me? I don't know.
Man, if I could find that shirt, Stephanie, I would wear it for you.
Oh my God, honey buns.
I don't know where that shirt ended up.
We should figure that out.
It was so tight and it was like wine red. It was just like,
so
and like low cut. And I think it was a girl shirt, but
it was so good.
Anyway, I might get more votes for Team Dan if I wear that shirt next week.
Totally.
Maybe I'll find a shirt like it
right
for our contest next week. Maybe we'll do like a talent contest.
We should, where we change clothes. And we'll do a Tara versus Dan.
Put a pin in that.
Hashtag Team Dan. Hashtag
Put a pin
Dan.
in that.
I better write it down because otherwise we'll have everybody reminding us what the fuck we did. What? Yeah. Got you. Go.
All right. So we all end up at this other guy's house, right? So party is being had. And it's nothing really super surprising that happens over there. Whatever. People drinking, gathering around, 10 people in this one room and 6 people over here and a couple people outside smoking. Just typical after show party. No big deal. But we go for another like little bit over there, kind of like a couple hours. Well, this house that we were at was only like probably about, I'd have to go in my car and go map it one of these days. I'll bet it was only about a mile to a mile and a quarter away from where I actually live.
Right.
Okay. Right. And so I'm like, okay, I'm pretty trashed. I had done the limo thing, so I didn't even have a car. And so come about 3:30 in the morning, I was like at a place where I'm like, I'm not even fun to hang out with anymore. Because I'm fucking out of my mind. I even knew that as bad a shape as I was in, I was like, I know that I'm not being any fun right now. I'm probably just being creepy guy and weird and lean up against the corner and stare at everybody and they don't know what the fuck's going on. So I think I'm going to go home. Everyone's like, don't drive, man. Don't drive. I was like, no, I'm not going to drive. I don't even have a damn car here.
Nope.
not going to drive. Let me take you home. No, you don't need to take me home. I live right down here. I'm like a mile.
I can walk 3 blocks.
It was literally, well, I lived on Elm, and this house was very close to Sunshine. So it all within
South. It was
within
just
the same
south
block.
of Sunshine.
Within the same block. No, it's north of Sunshine.
Was it?
His house was north of Sunshine, so in between Sunshine and Elm. So, Sunshine and Elm, even if you take it straight away on like National, it's only about a mile.
You're right. North of Sunshine.
Mile and a half. So, It was north of Sunshine. He's just a few houses north of Sunshine.
Yep.
And I lived on Pickwick and Elm.
Yep.
So I'm like, dude, I can walk this, whatever. Sometimes the creepy guy is fun.
He is extremely fun.
I'm like, no, I'm good, man. I'll walk home. Now I still got all my damn shit on. All of it. I got the wig. I got everything on. I didn't, even in the after party, I didn't take any of it off.
All the jewelry, the scarves,
all of it. And I'm like, I'm good. And I just leave the house.
I'm going to post some pictures while you're doing this. So go ahead.
Of what?
Just you lean to the right a little bit. Lean to the right. That's funny. Go ahead. Go.
Well, I need to know what you got.
Well, this.
Well, that doesn't even come close.
I know, but this was the wig.
Dude, I'm telling you, that's actually a bad picture to show because it doesn't even come close to what I looked like that night. I had feathers on. I had a see-through shirt. I had 6 necklaces on, 10 bracelets. That's not even a great photo. If you want to go to the black and white one that you probably don't have in here, where I'm standing there with my little
I don't have that
crazy stance, it was a little more like that.
Okay.
This doesn't even come close to what I'm talking about. I was in full attire with color.
Full attire.
With lipstick, with eyeliner, with all of it.
Right. Got you.
And so I'm just like, oh, screw it. I'm going to, it doesn't matter now. I'm going to just walk home. I'll be good.
Right.
I'll be good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, if you show that elbow picture,
well,
we didn't show that earlier.
We have that video too.
Oh yeah, we still got to get into that. So this might not be my last story. I need to hurry up. That was that same night.
I just gave you a glimpse. Boom.
Okay, so anyway, real quick, I leave the house and I'm just like, all right, I'm gonna walk home. This is fine. It's no big deal. Right. I remember walking about 100 yards, and then I don't remember anything else.
Oh, geez.
At all.
Yeah.
So I took off. I was doing the responsible thing. I was not going to drive. I'm just going to walk home. And I left there and I blacked out. I didn't black out, like actually lose, I still was walking. My memory started to end at about the end of his street. Right. And apparently I made it another 3/4 of a mile because at 8 a.m., 8:30 a.m., somewhere around there, the sun was up. The birds were singing. I get nudged with a foot.
It's not COVID.
Hey, it might be COVID. I don't give a fuck. I'll fucking eat COVID to pieces. Listen. So I get a foot.
Beat COVID. I want a t-shirt. We beat COVID.
Jerking me on the ground. If any of you are familiar with Springfield, Missouri, there is a house that is on the corner of Pickwick and Cherry. Okay. There's the Emo's Pizza there. And now there is Cherry Pickers. And you guys might be familiar with the newer place, the microbrewery.
Tie and Timber.
Tie and Timber, right in that area. Just the first house past Tie and Timber across the train tracks. Tie and Timber's here.
Next
you got
to the
train tracks there.
West of the apartments.
There's no apartments.
Your house is west of the apartments.
Right. I'm not talking about my house. I'm talking about Tie and Timber. And I'm talking about the train tracks. And then right past the train tracks.
I hear what you're saying.
There is a house on Cherry that is to the right of Tie and Timber. And it is one of the biggest, most beautiful, all white houses, Victoria, colonial, all that kind of old school stuff. Amazing, right? It has got just a big porch, the whole thing, and the lot that it sits on is absolutely huge. That's where I was sleeping, is in the front yard of that house.
Sleeping.
So I'm out. I feel these feet freaking kicking me. And I start to wake up and it's bright out and birds are singing and cars are driving by. And when I kind of pick my head up, there is a fire truck, an ambulance, and 3 cop cars, about 6 cops standing above me, firemen standing on the street ready to get me and take me to the morgue, and an ambulance with hospital people standing 20 feet away just in case. And this is what I woke up to. Now, keep in mind, I still have a wine red see-through shirt on, and I have tight-ass pants with makeup, and my wig had fallen off and was laying in the leaves, and that's how I woke up, and I still have $3,000 in cash in my pocket. The bills are hanging out of my pocket while I was sleeping in this front yard.
Because you're wearing girl jeans.
All night long in hundreds, nothing but hundreds. I had $100 bills in my fucking front pocket and they were like peeking out like a fucking handkerchief. And I'm passed out in this front yard. I get woke up by 6 cops. There was a fucking fire truck there and a fucking ambulance there. And they wake me up and it's all cops. I'm like, hey.
And they're
what?
kicking you. They're kicking you with their feet.
I'm like, what? And they're like, bro,
wake the fuck up.
You can't sleep here. I'm like, I live right there. I was like, look, I was trying to walk home. I was trying to do the responsible thing. You can see my house.
But
it's
these
right
people
there.
thought you were dead.
I lived on the corner of Pickwick and Elm. Like, so literally right through the trees there. That's actually my house. I almost made it. And they're like, bro, what are you doing? Like, you can't do this. They thought I was dead. That's why the fire and the ambulance was there. The people who own the house apparently called because they thought there was a dead guy dressed like a transvestite laying in their front yard. And so they called like, we think he's dead. So I get up and one of the cops, I think it was a female cop, she sort of steps through the other cops. There was like 4 or 5 cops there standing above me, getting ready to be tough. And I was just yield. I was just like, hey, I fell asleep. I'm sorry. I don't know if I fell asleep in that front yard though. I might've fell asleep on the goddamn train tracks and someone drugged me to the front yard. I mean, it seems like they would have taken that money, but they didn't. I don't know where I passed out, but I ended up in this front yard. This female cop comes up through the other male cops and she goes, are you in Machine Gun Symphony? And I was like, hold on. And I turned around and on the grass, my wig and my hat still stuck on my wig was laying down in the grass with leaves all over it. For some reason, right when she said, are you in Machine Gun Symphony? I jumped for my hat and wig. And I'm putting it on. And I'm like, I said, yeah. And she goes, I love you guys, man. You guys band is awesome. I was like, thanks. There's still leaves in my fucking shit, all in my wig. I was like, thanks. And the other cops are like, bro, get the fuck home now. And I was like, okay, I will.
live right there.
I will. I live right here, bro. You want to come over for a beer? They're like, not funny. Go home. I was like, okay. So I literally walked a half a block and got to my house. Ambulance, fire trucks, everybody goes home. That was my rock bottom moment in life.
You call that rock bottom?
It was rock bottom. Trust me, my whole life fell apart about 2 weeks later.
Oh, that's true.
And now here I am. But anyway.
Stephanie Kegel says, Team Dan. Hashtag Team Dan.
Yep, I won her over.
Oh, my God.
I totally got my wig off the leaves and grass. Like, yeah, I'm in Machine Gun Symphony. Because for some reason, cops really liked our band, and none of the guys, they probably took pictures of me before they woke me up.
Of course they did. They've got them posted at the station, man.
But I'm at the station.
Oh, my God.
I'm telling you, that money was like a pillow in my pocket. I cannot believe I didn't get mugged in the middle of the night with all that money in my pocket. It was unbelievable.
Oh my God. I've heard that story I don't know how many times, and I'm still about to pee my pants because it was so fucking funny.
That's my dismount.
That's your dismount.
To end the show,
Holy shit.
we're going to show you how the hell I got all those scars on my back in the poster that was advertising the show. Let's show them the real picture.
That picture right there. Look at that shit.
Look at that fat back right there with all that shit. Those are deep, motherfucker.
Look at that one right there on the right.
Ooh, that one hurt.
And how about that one?
Yep, there's another one.
Oh,
that was all the same night.
Fucking sexy beast.
Who wants to see? Who wants to physically see how that happened?
Here we go. Let's do it.
We're going to kind of end the show on this. I'm going to show you how that shit happened. And that was my after party. After that show, I had to go home and like try to sit in a chair that night. And no, that didn't work. I couldn't sit in a chair for fucking 2 weeks after that damn show. I've told you the story.
Yes.
This is us playing with members only.
Opening for
members only, which I insisted on. I said, I do not want them to open for me. I want to open for them. And I've got a little surprise up my sleeve. And this was my surprise. Now, this video is a little rough. We had one other guy in Machine Gun Symphony that just always liked to steal my thunder. He just hated it when I got all the attention. And so he knew I was going to do this, but you'll see him towards the right of the drummer yelling and screaming like, come on. Just don't focus on him. Focus on what's happening right to the left of him. You'll see me out on the front of the stage without a mic, and you'll see him with a mic kind of over by the drummer trying to get the crowd into the final moment of the show. But watch the guy, which is me. It's technically stage right, but it's to the left of the video out on the front of the stage. That's me. Watch me.
And this was not a professional videographer.
Oh, no, this is like Tara taking it on her phone. So it's kind of blurry. That's why I'm over explaining.
And I also
what to keep an eye out
ran to
for.
the stage. I ran to the stage to get this video because I kind of knew what was going to happen. So are we ready?
Yeah, we're ready. And this is how you get those lacerations all across your back, because this was not planned like, you know, I don't know, like they do with stuntmen and stuff.
Right. No, this was not.
I had never done it before, and we didn't have any kind of plan on how it was going to make me feel.
Josh got out of the way, but
the drummer knew I was going to do it.
Yeah.
I got permission from him first to do it to that particular kit, which I got the permission.
And you'll see the sound guy jump in like he was so pissed at you.
Watch towards the end when the actual kick drum comes down too, because I was tangled up like spaghetti in all those mic cords, and I already told that story. But here's the video. Let's end the show with this.
This is rock and roll, and we will see you next week.
You can't see me, but
that is not it. You're damn right. That's not it.
Play the other one.
All right.
Do you even have it in here?
I thought I did. There it is.
Okay.
All right. My bad. That was stupid.
Yeah, that was awful.
That was terrible. What horrible producing on my
Don't
part.
watch the douchebag yelling and screaming. Just kidding. He's one of my best friends right now. But I am actually not the singer on this end of this particular song. So the guy with the mic is not the one to watch out for.
It's taking a minute. So
it's the sneaky fuck on the left. You said you already had this ready to go.
And you know what? I thought I did.
I don't know if we're even gonna be able to do this now.
I know. It's just being a circle. You know how that goes? It's being a circle.
Oh, if we can't do it after all that build
Oh my God. But it is 23-7 Chiefs right now. So
all right. See,
FYI.
the Chiefs are gonna win. So come on over. Here we go. We're gonna end the show.